only way she's ever known. I can't explain it, the way she gets into the zone. But when she's got that love, it's the one and only way to go.
Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stone's Live Poker, brought to you live from Stone's Gambling Hall, Sacramento, California.
Absolutely. It's going to be awesome.
I'm Jake Rosensteel here with
Justin Kelly.
And tonight, 10 1/4.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. Like 10
It's a
1/4.
good game. It's a big game.
I was like, what game tonight? Is the 5-10? He's like, no, it's the 10-25. Like, it's going to be awesome.
First of the month, first Wednesday of the month, 10/25. Yeah, it's going to be, so first of all, I'd like to say congratulations on your final table of the Hydra.
Thank you, good sir.
Yeah, you really didn't find many spots there.
No, I couldn't find many, and honestly, the commentators did exactly what I expected. Basically, Veronica and Justin just grilled on me really hard for like 45 minutes, and I was like, okay, so you did your job and I did mine. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Ship it.
Yeah.
Send it. As it is, like I said, it is 10/25 tonight. Our minimum buy-in is 2,000 and no cap.
No cap.
Yeah, buying for 1.1.
Well, whatever. Buying for 1.1 million. Shove people around a little bit.
Raise barrel every hand. It's gonna be easy. One of my favorite players, I'm sure your guys' favorite players in the game tonight, AD, loves to smash on people, and one of Veronica's favorite, and one of my favorites, for sure one of your favorites as well, TD, AD, TD.
Yep, all the initials.
And who cares about everyone else, right?
That's it.
Get these guys mashed up in a game. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah.
Going around the table tonight, like I said, it is 10/25. Danny is in seat 1. He's got 1,900 in front of him so far, so he's stuck just a little bit. Mike R. Is in seat 2. He's got about 2,900 in front of him. I'm not familiar with Mike. I don't know who he is. We'll just have to feel him out.
But I gotta imagine if he's sitting at this table, like he's played once or twice. He's played before.
Probably not his
You know
first
what I
game,
mean?
yeah,
It's like,
probably,
I'll play some poker.
Yeah.
Let's go 10-25.
What is it? High stakes go fish, right?
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Just draw 2. Don't worry about
$100.
it.
Do you have any threes?
Do you have anything? $100 a whack.
How does he not have any threes there?
I'm the worst.
So sick. TD, aforementioned, he is in seat 3. He's got about $3,000 in front of him.
Super action.
Peter, we all know Peter. He's in seat 4, sitting about 4,200. Emmett, another new player, first time on the stream. He's got about 3,800 in front of him. 80, yes, 80 in seat 6, got about 2K. Zach in seat 7, wearing the Warriors jersey, good for them. He's got about 4,800 in front of him. Also, Zach's first time on the stream. We've seen Brian a million times before. Hopefully Brian will put some pressure on some people. He's got about 2,800 in front of him. And Anthony, call your mother.
Call your mother. Gosh, it's like, it's ingrained now. Veronica has ingrained the whole call your mother to Anthony thing. Like, every time I see him, I'm just like, what's up, man? Hey, call your mother. Like,
call your mother, yeah. He's in the grocery store.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, my mother's fine. She's really tired of all this. I've been calling her a lot lately. She's really tired.
Awesome. Anthony's got about 2,900 in front of him. And we got T dealing.
She was action dealer at the last couple tournaments I've been at, man. He's just knocking everybody out.
T's the one guy who'll probably, like, as soon as he's like off right now, he'll try to jump in this game.
Well, and you know what's funny is T told me straight up, he's like, because we have the Stone Survivor Series coming up. This is the last week here, this last Saturday. I think it's a 4-8 limit game. Something like that this Saturday.
Like that, yeah, 4-8.
And then that's the last Saturday for everybody else, and then the Stone Survivor Series after that is going to be the employee one.
Yes.
And T told me, I was like, oh, T, you going to try to get in it? And he's like, oh, no, I'm not trying to get in it. He's like, I'm gonna get my 25 hours. He plans to come here on his day off and start at like midnight, 11 p.m. and just play all night long.
Smash.
And just get he's like, I'm in that game.
Lock up his seat.
And guys, I got news for that. That game is gonna be dealer's choice. Whoever has the button gets to choose. So that game can literally change every single hand.
And it will.
So that is it totally will.
I'm gonna try to get into the game and see if we can. If I can't convince the poker gods to let Justin let us pitch some triple draw.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just
I was like, he kind of gave like a brief list of the games. I'm like, no, we need like horrendous game. We need like Follow the Queen and baseball where I can buy cards with 4s and 7s, and like we need some ridiculous friendly games.
Awesome. All right, so there's another look at our chip stacks here. I think we're ready to get some cards in the air. What's up, Rick and Barstow? Ghost of M, welcome to the chat box. All the usual suspects. I've been getting Snapchats from Veronica all day with her drinking her mom juice.
Oh, the mom juice. So Veronica is affectionately dubbed Wine, and again, there's no surprise that Veronica and Friends is on Wine Wednesday here.
Right.
She is affectionately dubbed Wine Mom Juice, and she Snapchatted some really great infomercials about it. She's just like, it comes in a bottle, it comes in a box, it comes in she's like, just drink it, you're gonna love it, and you won't even remember it the next day. That's the best part about Mom Juice. You can start all over again.
Awesome. 10-25, and Zach's got the button in his hand. He's still stacking chips from the last hand. Peter limped in ace-4 offsuit. Danny made the call under the gun as well. Can't see Danny's cards. And Zach, he makes it 140 to go off the button. Queen-10 of diamonds. Not a lot of limping should get through in this game.
Veronica says Mom Juice also comes in a can. I knew I forgot something, I wasn't sure, but now I know. Comes in a barrel, and that's called Veronica size.
Yeah, right.
For sure.
So no one wants to play with Zach here. Takes down the pot. So yeah, Zach, Golden State Warriors, how did they come back in that series?
Oh, yeah,
right?
super crazy,
Killer.
right? Yeah.
Good for them.
I mean, like, it doesn't matter where you were at, if you were here, you're somewhere else, you're watching the game. I mean, you hear like cheers around the world. You could be driving on the street with windows open and you'd hear cheering.
Cheers.
Like, yeah.
Another Bay Area team, the San Jose Sharks, they're in the Stanley Cup Finals right now. Currently down 1-0 to my Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah, California. California is trying to bring the heat right here.
Doing good at stuff. But you can't count on the Raiders. So.
No, well, let's not go all the way there.
Yeah.
Brian on the button is always a little bit fun and scary because his range could be anything at any position of the table. So when you get him on the button, it's like, okay, now I really don't know where he's at.
So Emmett in seat 5 here, he put in a raise of 75. 80 comes along with King 10, and Brian calls with the old Jack 8. Like I said, Brian on the button can have anything.
Any 2 cards. Pocket Joker's good. So right now, Anthony with the best of it here with actually bottom pair. He must have called his mother. He phoned that one in.
So it's got backdoor straight, backdoor flush. I think Anthony will definitely peel a card here, depending if Emmett continuation bets. $3.25 in the pot. 80's gonna check. Brian checks. Free turn card.
Watch, I know it's gonna be a 5 or 6. Here it comes. Oh, just kidding.
King of diamonds. Anthony picks up his flush draw to go along with his pair of 6s. But that card's probably gonna be better for Emmett than it is gonna be for him. 80 does a pump fake.
I love it. I respect the pump fake. I respect the pump fake and then go straight for the beer.
Checks through.
Checks around. Anthony got a free card, man. He's actually really stoked to get that free card and hope he could just complete some weird sneaky hearts.
80's gonna go for some thin value with his King 10. He knows he's got the best hand. No one's got any love for him though. Emmett check calls here. What does Emmett got?
Interesting.
King?
There was no bet, right? King 10's good. Emmett's gonna muck. Mystery hand, no good.
Emmett called queens there. Queens, jacks, 10s. It's gotta be 10s. I don't think see him having a 9 there. I guess maybe could have had 9, 10.
I could have seen an under pair, right? I mean, basically anything over 9 beneath king to just check call.
So this Saturday, like you said, the Survivor Series, a 4-8 limit game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I feel like even though it's a limit game and you're thinking, okay, well, what? I think it's one of those limit games where it's gonna be like bet, rebet, 3-bet, 4-bet, cap,
Right.
like all the way down. You know, it's just gonna be like, oh, these 4-8 pots are like $300-$400 pots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like okay.
It's crazy how fast that game can go and how quickly you'll be like, oh my, like wait, where did my buy-in go? Like,
Yeah. Oh,
I don't remember
yeah.
getting involved. I never got set up for set, or I don't remember jamming. You just like slowly like
You're like, it's 4-8. I bought it for $200.
Yeah.
And how's it all gone? How could I even lose that in a 4-8 game?
five big bets at a time.
Yeah. My car waking up in the hand here. Oh, Anthony makes it 75. Oh, it looks like, yeah, we got a re-raise. 275 is the bet.
Now Anthony knows he's not likely to be dominated here. But as it is, 9-6 off, just a little too weak here. And he's gonna let it go.
I think that's standard, right? You get a little splashy, you decide to make a little hidden raise with 6-9, you get repumped, you're like, okay, you win. I was just kidding.
Well, yeah, especially if he feels that some of these players aren't used to playing in a game this big, in a 10-25 game. Most players, when they play higher than they're used to playing, tend to play a little bit snug. And when they're playing snug like that, when it folds to your button, you can arbitrarily oftentimes open up any 2 cards.
Oh, yeah.
So,
As demonstrated always by Brian and Anthony, at a minimum. At a minimum.
That's their default logic. They're like, this game's probably too big for these guys.
Yeah.
They're online playing like 5 cent, 10 cent. Oh, these are these 1 cent, 2 cent players. I'm just gonna run over them.
I feel like this game's gonna quickly turn into like 10-25 with like 100 straddle. Like, all right, go. 100 min straddle. Oh, this is right in Brian's range here with 8-5 of hearts.
Absolutely. Very, very Brian of a hand.
It's so Brian of a hand. I don't think, do we see Peter's cards?
And Brian made it 75 to go.
Oh, Peter's cards aren't on the reader there. Okay, well, he's gone anyways.
I don't see AD defending this.
No, you can't. Little does he know he has Brian totally locked with his 5 and a kicker. Oh, he is! Like, of course he's going to defend it.
It's AD.
Yep.
God bless his heart. Actually has Brian in bad shape. Ace 10-4. This is going to flip out after you've seen AD lead it before. He knows Brian will play a huge range. And while he can't have aces, he also has a lot of junk. As it is, AD is going to check it over to Brian. Brian's going to continue 90.
Yeah, and Brian's got position, and Brian was the original aggressor. I really don't see, AD continuing in this pot much farther. But then again, AD is not the guy. I mean, he's gonna muck here, but AD is not the guy who's get pushed around. I mean, don't think you can bully AD because he will call you with high card. He'll call you with something just to rebluff you. Like it does not matter. Yeah, he will keep you honest. President Kanye, love the name. Welcome to the chat room. Hilarious. You'd probably be the best candidate, unfortunately, that's going right now.
Oh god.
Kim Kardashian is the first lady. I don't know if I could deal with that. I don't think I could.
That's a lot of first lady. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Plastica, welcome to the chat. Good evening.
Welcome.
So, something I'm really excited about. We've watched the Veronica and Friends game. Veronica and Prisoners, Veronica and Hostages, whatever you want to call
Veronica
it.
Eats Souls. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have a list this long by the end of this thing here.
One of our favorite characters in the chat box. One of my favorite follows on Twitter. Definitely one of the most entertaining. I like Callie Donks.
Yeah.
Is coming for the for the August game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's what she said. I heard that.
The August Veronica and Friends game. It'll be his premiere.
His debut, his worldwide live stream debut.
I can't wait. I am so excited.
I'm in. Gay Corpse, welcome to the chat, buddy. Rick and Barstow, how's it going?
Oh, and I think Gay Corpse is going to be playing that game as well.
Wow,
right, Gay
really?
Corpse, I like how they don't.
Oh, wow. All the cool kids. Then who's going to be in the chat room to ridicule us? Nobody will even be there. I feel like it. Oh man! Now all of a sudden I'm disappointed.
They'll have to do like a rebroadcast with the live chat, so they can just like talk like crap about each other the whole time while they're playing.
They'll still be in there. Come on, are you kidding us? They'll still be in there on their phones, chatting on a delay with us for sure.
Absolutely.
Gay Corpse premiere also. That's interesting in itself.
But also, it took us forever to figure out who Gay Corpse was on Twitter.
Yeah,
and we were
I take it his name is not Gay Corpse on Twitter.
It's not. Yeah, that's not his handle on Twitter. And we're with a little sleuth work by Veronica, she was able to figure it out. $80 on the button.
7-9 suited.
It folds to him. He definitely should be opening here.
Oh yeah.
And there it is. 75 to go.
It's like you can read minds.
God.
I think there's, especially at a table like this, at this limit with these players, there's going to be, I mean, pretty much tons of button rate. Like every time it's your button, like people, as long as it's not erased already, people are just going to take advantage of position and just start raising the button.
We shouldn't see very many, if any, limp pots. 7 deuce 10. 80 flops to 7. He's got backdoor clubs as well.
Oh, here we go with Plastica. Veronica and fireworks.
Yeah, that's real. Brian checks. 80 bets 1 1/4. Brian says no more.
Wins it with the best. Little does Brian know he has the exact same hand that AD looked him up with a few hands ago.
You gonna check me out? I'll check you out.
Yeah, guys, if you are looking to get out of the heat, then come on down Stones, because it is nice and cool in here, and it is not so cool outside.
Such a breath of fresh air.
Like, not so cool outside. Like, I'm just gonna come here just to just drink Stones water and sit inside where the AC works, because my house sucks. Stones water, super pure, good to the last drop.
It was. Yeah. What did we get over 100 today? Was it over 100?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was.
And like the thermostat in my car always tells me it's like a good 5 degrees hotter than it is. So it's like, oh, it's 105, and I'm just like, I hate you. Shut your mouth.
So Emmett, he picks up pocket eights here. He makes it 75 to go. 80 ace queen. He's gonna make a little 3-bet here. 175. Should push everyone else out. And these players are deep enough, and for this price, Emmett's definitely going to call here.
Yeah.
I don't see him 4-betting eights very often here.
Affectionately, I believe we call it set mining. We're going to do a little set mining, see if we can flop that set.
Absolutely.
No set, but 80 missed the flop here too, but with position, there's no way he's not going to c-bet this here. Pot's at 385, 80's going to fire out 200.
Emmett hasn't folded yet.
I mean, Emmett honestly is just sitting here pondering, okay, you either have ace, king, king, queen, or a pair higher than eights. And he's going to make the call. Ooh, not the turn he wanted to see.
Fun card on the turn. It hits AD, makes his pair of aces, but Emmett does pick up a backdoor diamond draw. And 80 fires up 500 immediately.
Oh yeah, without even hesitation. Pumping the nice little pot brew in here so far. Apparently Veronica said I can come float at her house on a pull down at. I'm okay with that. I might do that.
The hand Emmett has to worry about here is a hand like ace-jack with the jack of diamonds. Something like that. Or like you said, ace-king. You can't be positive your diamond's good, but Emmett's going to call.
He's going to call. Oh, river. Oh, and he gets there. He gets there. Now he's in check call mode, right? Because he hit what he wanted to hit. I can't imagine he's gonna pump off this if he gets bet into. I mean,
if 80 made a large enough size bet here. Oh,
it's tabled.
80,
yeah,
80
he
checks
checked.
back.
Yeah, he knew. He knew.
Wow.
There's nothing he can do. Look at him. He's just like,
sick run
okay.
out.
Yeah.
I'm really wasn't crazy about that call by Emmett on the turn.
On the turn, yeah. On the flop, good call. I think, honestly, I think he probably would have got, I mean, he won the pot anyways, but I think, in retrospect, maybe he draws to complete diamonds, right, or at least acts like it, and then when he catches the ace of diamonds on the turn, then he just fires right out into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And tries to rep the diamonds, and in this particular case, even then, even if he would have got a call, he still would have got there in the river.
Pretty sick hand.
So, did you see we have a new member of the commentary team?
Mr. Michael Longcar.
Mr. Michael Longcar, huge shout out. Welcome to the team, Mr. Longcar. I think it's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be awesome.
Mike's great.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Great poker mind. You got Emmett right back at it again. Makes it 75 to go with sixes. And I like this by Emmett. If I've always been of the adage, a hand with plains, a hand with raising. I don't open limp anything ever, really, except for like maybe some games with pot control.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna play a hand, and I'm the first into the pot, I'm opening.
Yeah.
With my entire range. So Emmett here raising with sixes. 80 defended with, or he called in the hijack with ace four. 8-10 deuce.
That's 100, and it's good. It's going to be enough to blow 80 off his hand.
Kind of an interesting bet there to bet that flop out of position. I mean, 80 is never going to fold an 8 or a 10 there, I don't think. I mean, really, so you're only getting him off of like pocket sevens. It's hard to get value from orange unless he really thinks that 80 is going to float that flop with a couple overcards, which 80 might. In which case, then yeah, you can get value from the king, jack, and king, queens of the world.
Well, I feel like if you're getting a call there, like you're getting a call by a hand that's better than yours, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, uh-oh. Just kidding. Good old Danny over there in C1. Danny has been a Sacramento poker just like
Fixture,
rock
right?
fixture,
He's a
stone.
piece of the furniture.
He literally,
Like, he's
he's
just there.
been in the Sacramento area grinding out poker, every limit, every table, everywhere in the area for the past forever.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see him here. I'm glad to see him holding his own at a 10-25 game. I mean, I remember when he was prop grinding the 1-2 game at like the Lucky Derby back in the day.
Wow.
You know?
He's been around.
Yeah.
Emmett goes right back to work. He makes it 75 to go with 9-8 of clubs. AD ain't done yet. Calls the pocket deuces. Brian's gonna come in here with his ace-6 of spades. Anthony on the button's gonna fold king 3 diamonds. You can't be crazy. I mean, you gotta worry that your king's likely dominated, but he's getting a pretty good price, and he's got position on all these guys. Mike R will not defend the button, king 7 of clubs.
All black cards right here. Let's see what happens. And all black cards on
Oh,
the
my
flop,
God.
of course. Look at that, couple flush draws right here.
Oh, Mike R did Mike R folded, right? Yes, Mike R folded.
Okay. We got 8-9 of clubs here. It's gonna flop again. There we go.
So make no mistake here, despite the graphic, Mike R is not in the hand. He folded pre-flop. Emmett has the only club draw here. He bets 130.
JFK Stones, welcome to the chat room from the other side of the poker room. Poker Pro Eric, what's going on, buddy? And Danny with the mystery cards. We've got baby pocket deuces for AD here. And clubs are going to totally complete, which also, ironically enough, gives an open-ended straight flush draw to AD.
Did 80 call a flop?
We'll find out. I think he did.
Yes,
Yeah,
he did.
He sure did.
And this is a card. Oh, let's check through.
Nobody completes here. Yeah, that's not going to change it.
Board pairs on the turn.
Board paired on the river.
All right, river.
Clubs right there on the turn. It's weird that 80 actually picked up a weird open-ended straight flush draw with pocket deuces.
And did not bet it. And Emmett did not bet his flush.
Oh, and look at Danny here with ace queen. That's going to be a sad check call here. So Emmett fires 420. Obviously, AD is going to get out of here. I don't think he's going to try to get crafty. Ooh. Oh, man, I love it. I love it. I love that. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, maybe not. We got to think about this for a minute.
Oh, AD.
I love it, because he was all about it. He was about to commit hard to this.
And I know what AD's thinking here. AD's thinking like, God, if he had the flush, why wouldn't he bet the turn?
Yeah.
If he had a queen, would he not bet the turn? Although I think a lot of queens are going to check back the turn.
And I think, oh yeah, and yeah, Danny does the quick call and says, okay, yeah, you're good, bye.
Danny gets the bad news.
And honestly, I mean, you know, ADs, you know, can be kind of a wild player. I think that if he didn't have Danny behind him, you never know.
He might make a play there.
He might get splashy. He might super get splashy, and you really just don't know. So I think actually that helped out Emmett having Danny behind.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that AD did not bet the turn. I mean, if he thinks that he's never getting, that he has no fold equity there, then I can see checking back, I guess.
Yeah.
But you have such a huge draw, and he can't. It isn't necessarily. You can't know that Emmett has already made clubs in front of him. When it checks all the way to him there, in position, there's no reason why the other players, why he wouldn't think that they might think that he had a club draw on the flop and just completed his draw. And he'd be picked with so much equity. I think if you're 80 there, you have to bet. Now, it wouldn't have worked out for him because, you know, and they already had made clubs, but...
Yeah. We just gotta look at those chip stacks here a few seconds ago, and those are, I mean, there's healthy stacks in this game, guys. Got a couple 5K stacks, a couple 4K stacks. I mean, we're pushing 25, 30 grand in play on this table right now, which is really nothing to scoff at.
Nice.
So you just gotta run over the entire table, and you had a really good night. Just, oh, I made 30 grand tonight. It was great. Everybody go all in.
Gay Corp says Spencer's getting his bracelet today. So yeah, we saw Spencer in the last the employee live stream game playing everything. It was a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And he's down at the series right now playing the employee event.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Killing it. Good.
We got a couple friends down there playing the employee event.
You know
Rebecca.
What? We've said it before and we'll say it again. All of Northern California, Sacramento area, super strong poker presence, really great players.
Yeah.
I love to see anybody from this area take down huge tournaments, huge events, big cashes, bracelets, rings, all the above, become a jeweler. I love it.
Poker Pro Eric, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yes, today is the employee event, and that is a bracelet event, buddy.
So please do not wreck yourself. So you should go check yourself. Sometimes I feel like Nightbot is my only friend. It's the only one who talks to me.
You're the only one that gets me, Nightbot.
Abba Zabba, you my only friend.
I think that when this is all over, you and I should get in a partner together.
I miss your musk, Nightbot.
Remember that time we took it too far just now?
Yeah. No. Nightbot's cool. It deserves it.
Oh, Poker Pro Eric, surprised he didn't sprain an ankle backpedaling like that. Yes, today is not the final day, but it's still a bracelet event today. Knucklehead.
You crazy knucklehead.
Brian makes it 90 to go off the hijack.
And TD with ace queen, we could see, I don't know, we're gonna see, oh yeah, we're gonna see exactly what I thought. It's a super solid little repop here.
TD.
350, 350, 355. Like Gay Corp's like, okay, fine, Spencer's getting his bracelet tomorrow. Geez, semantics.
Eldar Zaberju.
Zaberju!
Welcome to the chat. 10:25 for you tonight, buddy. It's a good raise by TD. The sizing's pretty large, but he does not want to play this hand out of position.
And he won't have to. He'll take it down.
Scooper.
Scoops. I mean, it's always a fun table when the two shortest, I mean, you still have the shortest stacks are pretty much 1.2K and then respectively over double that at 2.6K.
Yeah.
I mean, And it looks like we have the Sharks game on here live in the lovely air-conditioned Stone, so I'm sure you will hear plenty of cheering in the background. The great part is you'll hear cheering live through our mics, and then a half hour later you're going to hear the cheering in the stream. So it's like we get to cheer twice, and that's just good times. Ooh, Mike R waking up a hand here with pocket jacks. Brian's going to get in there with ace-8. Anthony called his mother and said no thank you. Mike R with jacks. Looks like we're going for a raise.
125 for Mike. And here's what I feel like. I feel like players limping in these hands, these ace-8 off, ace-4 off, junk like that. And then you see someone, you're like, no, I'm not putting up with it. We're not playing kitchen table poker. I'm not gonna.
No.
And you're just throwing away your money $25 at a time.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's not like, okay, we're playing with like pennies and nickels and like, no.
Unless you're planning on calling a raise, don't even limp. Don't even try it. In this game, it's not going to fly.
Poker by Jake. Subscribe now.
Yeah. So, I'm unclear if Zach put in a $50 straddle or if he just min-raised under the gun with a King Jack. I want to say I'm likely now here to think that it was a straddle because TD has made it 150 to go, 6-3 off. Emmett has woke up with sixes in the small blind, and he's going to come along.
He has all the smaller hands, so like vastly dominated. It's pretty much only worried about Zach here. Let's see what happens.
So Zach did straddle here. Zach put in the $50 straddle. And now that, especially now that Emmett called, I think he's got a call here. He could even 3-bet here. And he's going to. I think this is a very, very good 3-bet by Zach. He thinks TD would have maybe made a little bit more to go, raised a little bit larger pre if he had a big hand. Zach made it 470 to go out of the straddle, and just like that, he picks up $300.
Yeah, solid re-raise. I mean,
3 and change.
You're Emmett. You're like, dude, there's no way I can call it with sixes.
He was getting almost the right price.
I know, it was like close, right?
He's got to be. But here's the illusion people have with set mining. They always think, okay, like, well, he's got it over 10 to 1. They think they're getting 10 to 1 implied odds all the time. As long as the guy's got at least 10 to 1, how much you have to call and stack. But he's got to also have a hand that's going to.
Yeah, he's got to have something. And the thing is, like, even if he's not ahead, right?
Yeah.
He's got a draw that can almost always beat you. You know.
Anthony. Aces.
Oh, he is going to play at the table there. I saw seat 1 coming in earlier. I didn't know if he was going to play in the live stream, but it looks like he had a seat. We'll see here in a minute.
Anthony makes it 75 to go with aces. Emmett, who's catching every pocket pair up and down the ladder right now.
That's like 4 or 5 pairs already.
Already, yeah. And Jack 6-6.
Oh, look at a little something for everybody, right? So Emmett obviously is loving his 5s. He doesn't really care. He's like hoping no Jack, no 6. And the 80 hits his Jack. Anthony with aces, not really sweating it.
80 leads here, and I think Anthony be just call. You don't want to run off 80 if he's got just a Jack. And you don't want to build a huge pot in case he's leading into you with a 6.
Yeah, and the thing is with that board pair, it's great because if he has a Jack anything, as long as another Jack doesn't fall, he's like catch 2 pair, catch 3 pair, I don't care because my aces are still good with that.
A lot of players I also know will like to lead a pocket pair on a board like that on Jack 6-6. They'll fire out with 8s or 7s or something like that,
Yeah.
and kind of quote unquote see where they're at. And you don't want to lose those hands either. You want to keep those kind of hands in the hand.
Yeah.
So 80 checks. Anthony bets 350.
Looks like AD's stacking out a call here. Oh. Is he stacking out maybe more for he's thinking about raising here? He's was thinking.
I think
about
anything but a call here would be crazy. A check raise though would definitely gonna look like a 6.
Oh, it would scream 6.
But I think it's taking a little bit too long.
Yeah.
Now Anthony's gonna knows where AD's at.
Because I don't think he limp calls twice with a 6 like that.
No. And he definitely doesn't check river with it.
Oh yeah, and there's no way he's checking the river. So right now, right there with that check on the river, Anthony knows I am way good. How do I extract value? Pots at 1200.
Size in here is key.
I know. God, what are you thinking he's gonna do here? Like 500?
600-700 ought to be the right price somewhere. There goes 6 1/4.
Is that? No. What is it?
6 1/4. The graphics is 450. That's a small bet.
450.
Even
President Kanye wants Anthony to call his mother.
That's a really small bet.
Yeah, 450. I mean, man, that's slightly over a third of the pot. That's like 35% of the pot. It kind of screams call me here, and I think AD might be picking up on that. But on the other hand, it is cheap enough to where maybe AD can't get away. We'll find out here.
Oh, he shoves.
He went all in. Wow.
Oh, Anthony snap call.
Insta call.
Good call by Anthony.
And the thing is, if he does that on the turn, Anthony, he might still call, but he doesn't snap call like that. I think when he checks the river tone, there's no way he's check raising a 6 there. He doesn't check flat, check raise the river with a 6. I
tend to agree with you.
Yeah.
Great call by Anthony. I totally agree. AD, I think, did that on the wrong street. I think AD does that on the turn.
I think I just heard Anthony say something like, if I didn't have aces or kings, I don't think I call.
Where are we at here? That was at 7:35, right? 7:30.
It's funny. I think had AD pulled that off a little bit earlier in the hand, I mean, it might have been interesting. I mean, there's potential to blow Anthony off it, but not when he just check calls, and then tries to check raise on the river.
I think, like I said, I'm with you. I think Anthony would have eventually called the turn too, but he doesn't snap like that.
Yeah, he doesn't snap. No, right there, he's just like, nope. He's like, I honestly puts Anthony in the position of, you got it. I don't think you do. Let me see.
Yeah. Props to AD for having the stones turn his hand into a bluff there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many other players are just, they still got, I got top pay, I got showdown value, blah, blah, blah. And AD thought, okay, I can't be good here, but maybe I can be great here.
Maybe I can be great. Maybe I have a monster. Maybe I just check my quads all the way down and I'm a beast. You don't know me.
What a move by AD.
I respect it though, because not a lot of players have the stones to, like you said, just go for that, man.
Like I said, that takes balls.
And of course somebody says here, he takes his wad out like a boss. He's like, yeah, whatever, rebuy. That didn't work. More bullets. I need more ammo. Load the gun.
Poker Pro Eric's is all AD had to do was call wide bluff with Jack 6-6. He was good. He's good a lot. I tend to disagree. Like against that sizing, Jack 10. I don't think Anthony's turning 10s or 9s. I don't think he's value betting 10s or 9s there.
No.
And if he is, if he is betting 10s or 9s, he's betting it as a bluff, trying to get 80 off of the Jack. In which case his sizing is going to be much higher. Against that 450 sizing, Jack 10 just isn't good there that often, and I think 80 knew that. And
he thought the only way he could win the pot is if he just ships it all.
And he said 80 was not jamming his Jack there for value. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He was
not
definitely turning his hand into a bluff.
For sure. And it's weird because sometimes you get into a hand and halfway through, or at some point in the hand, you basically decide, ooh, look at this. Jacks.
Meanwhile,
Jacks versus 2 pair right there.
In a 3-bet pot, AD called 3-bet ace-4 of clubs and flops top and bottom pair.
Now,
Brian's for
yeah. That's going to slow, but the ace just being there in general, I mean, the 2-pair doesn't even matter. The ace in general is going to slow down Brian a little bit, obviously. But then again, he just watched the hand before, AD lose a massive pot, so he might put him on steam depending on how this hand plays out. So that's, also a bit of a factor in it as well.
It's an interesting lead here by Brian betting 3 1/4 into the ace-5-4. I mean, once again, this one spot with the ace on board and a 3-bet pot, it's really it's harder to get called by worse.
But let me ask you this: if he checks it there, doesn't AD bet no matter what, whether he has an ace or not?
Yeah, and Brian's got a great bluff catcher. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're in the same spot, if you had opened up ace and got 3-bet and then called, and then your opponent checks you with the ace of the board, I mean, you're turning into a bluff there all the times too.
Oh, look at this. 80 is bringing out the chips now, man. There's just zero fear. He's like, let me just fire out this massive bet right here.
Now, the hard part for Brian here is 80 is very aggressive, and he just lost a big pot. Brian might think here that 80's is on the steam pipe.
And 80 80 literally pot committed himself. He raced a 725, and it was he got like 5 stacks of red behind. I mean, clearly he's in there no matter what, period, at this point. Even without knowing his hand, I think Brian obviously knows that he's committed to going all in again, so he doesn't want to be involved with it. Oh, I lied, I didn't see the stack of green there. I thought he only had another 500 behind. But
yeah. And 80 gets a little bit back. So referring back to the previous hand, Poker Pro Eric asks that he knows that Anthony's stronger than that. Why would he think Anthony would fold to that pot? And he said, and I think for a lot of people, money matters, and this is a big game for a lot of these players. And players tend to get tight and get nitty and find folds that they otherwise shouldn't. Anthony might not be the right player to do that to. Anthony, I generally see him seems pretty comfortable at every stake, all the stakes he plays.
yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get that about Anthony as well. I mean, he plays, whether it's a 1-2 or whether it's his 10-25 game, I mean, he seems very calm, very cool, very collected, and he plays them all seriously, and that's what we talked about this before, when you have players who can easily play this 5-10, 10-25, whatever, and you knock them down to a 1-2 or a 1-3, it's just like, but they just, they still play it like it's solid.
Yeah. Dondo 111 makes a good point. He says he put him on King Jack or Queen Jack, and it's a good shove against those hands. The one hand that 80 might have played that way would be pocket eights, where he might have check called, and then rivered eights full, and then gone for the dirty.
I'm sorry, but whenever I hear about that rivered set, you know what I'm thinking of. I'm just thinking of that hand, man. I'm just thinking of that one hand.
Aaron Alvin?
Alvin or something. Right? Alvin. We called him Waldo when he rivered that set of threes against
Candace Collins.
Oh, it was so bad. So brutal. Every now and then when we go on break, you guys will see that we mix in some commercials with our previous crazy hands. And you know what I've noticed? I've noticed that most of these crazy hands that we see in those commercials is always like me and you. Like we get like the ridiculous, like, oh my God, look at this river, or how does he play this hand, or how does he make this call? Oh, it was Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
Honestly, I was just calling him Where's Waldo the entire time. He's a good guy, man. I played I think it was the Hydra I played with him.
Yeah.
And he was, he went pretty deep in that too, so. Yeah.
Eldar says next month he's coming for this game. Like, I don't know. We've been telling you, brother. You got to come up here. Mike, he picks up ace king under the gun. He makes it 75 to go. TD comes along, ace-6 suited. And Sean's in the hand. No, Sean folded king jack.
Ooh. Was it king jack or 10 jack?
Jack 10, sorry.
Oh, he would have been open-ended right here. He would have been not hating life. Sean, actually, nice day today, like I said, other than being super hot. He actually went on a big old motorcycle ride. I think he came from Vacaville or something today with him and his son. Just cruised, took the motorcycles out, cruised up here, had a beer. He's like, okay, fine. If you got a seat open in the live stream, I'll play. I love it. He's just like, well, why not?
Nice.
Maybe I can win enough to buy another motorcycle, because why not?
They're still talking about that hand in the chat box. Howard L. Jr. says that it's a terrible snap call. He beats Unlimited Bluff. And that's a good point. I mean, like the one hand, the 80 could have legitimately played like that as pocket eights. Might have check called, and then gone for the check raise.
And see, Howard Letter Jr. here says AA is equal to ace jack.
It's effectively the same hand.
Same thing.
Effectively the same hand.
We got second nut clubs to nut clubs over here between AD and Mike R. Alright, so 80 makes it 75. Couple callers, and of course they both flop the flush draw. This ought to be interesting. Whee! Whee! If a club comes, we are going to see lots of fireworks here. And 80 is going to waste no time. Mike checks it over to 80. He calls.
I want to see a deuce of spades and then the 5 of clubs.
Oh, that'd be so nasty if a deuce peels off right here.
And then the 5 of clubs.
Oh, and 4-7 would have made 2 pairs. I think there's a 4-7 in there too.
So 80 now makes a pair to go along with his club draw.
Which is, he wasn't going anywhere before, and he's definitely not going anywhere now. And they check it around. Everybody misses. Now this is fun. Puts 4 to a straight on the board. Really, the right bet sizing, if you sell it right, could easily take this pot from any of these hands. And 80 says here is my best bet sizing. And honestly, I don't even know if 80 knows he necessarily betting with the best hand here. I think he was like, I'm just going to fire this, because probably everybody will be gone, regardless, with the 4 card straight out there.
He definitely wins more by betting.
He'll take down a solid $760 pot. Yep, there's almost exactly about 32,000 on the table right now.
Yeah, good game.
Pretty solid. I had to do some quick math before the graphic ran away.
Carry the 1 divided by 2.
Does anybody have a chalkboard?
So Peter, who I don't think we've seen play a hand yet, he puts in a $50 straddle.
Love it, and he's got a mystery hand. Love it.
80.
Never seen 2 cards he does not like. Very similar to Brian.
He'll come along with a 10-8 of clubs. Mike, he'll complete the small blind with Queen 9 of hearts. And there's no way TD can ever pull the check.
And there's no way Peter is going to be taking advantage of the straddle with 9 deuce. So 2-6-7 rainbow, or 2-6-7, 2 clubs on the flop.
And Peter's actually got the best of it with his pair of deuces.
Yeah. Woman Rider, hey, how's it going? See you back soon.
And 80's in this hand. We don't have 80's hand up on the graphic. No, T had a 10-8 of clubs. That's right, 80's got a 10-8 of clubs. 80's got an inside straight flush draw. King on the turn, and 80 can take, oh no, he's gonna check back.
Oh, there we go, so the hands are resetting. I'm like, wait, what happened? I blacked out.
Look like the king of spades and then the 3 of spades I saw river. Backing up the action here.
We're playing a little catch up with the graphics, guys, so bear with us here.
And 80's gonna check back.
Does Peter takes that with a deuce?
Deuce good.
What a beast. Deuce is way good. Deuces never loses.
Not about it. You would have pulled it. You would have pulled it. I don't think so. I don't know. He was looking for a fold. He was looking for a fold.
There is Brittany. I think currently our Stone's resident favorite poker room waitress here.
Sorry, you got zoned out in the hockey game. Get it out of there.
Yeah, that's how you know it's an important game, when like the hockey game is on like 80% of the TVs around here, you know what I mean? It's like, this is all that matters. For those who are interested, guys, it's a tie game right now, 1-1.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the action. Zach's picked up aces. Emmett's got the straddle on. Zach makes it 150 to go. Ace ace. TD will not play the 6-7 of hearts out of the small blind. And Emmett, nope.
Oh, queen 4. Nope. Gone.
Now they're getting some barrels going.
Let the shots go.
Here we go.
You got to barrel some whiskey. You got to barrel some chips.
How much time's left in the third? I can't see.
It is, yeah, literally 2, 1, boom. Third is
overtime.
Over, yeah, OT. Tie game.
Overtime. Go Pens.
AD waking up at Queens, making important business calls here. He's like,
Yeah.
I got Queens, I gotta go.
You haven't looked at it.
Because technically, guys, you're not supposed to be on a phone call when you're in a
No,
hand.
you're good. You're straddling.
So definitely, if you look down and you check out queens, you need to end your phone call immediately.
There's a discrepancy now here. But some players are arguing that he said raise, other players he said check.
He's playing cool. I like it. He says whatever, I'll check. And now.
No, he's putting straddle in.
Oh, okay.
I mean, so 80's just now putting his straddle in is what it is. 80's straddling for 100, or did he raise 100? I'm still confused.
Oh, we're gonna find out real quick because I don't think he's really gonna let much limping go on past that. Oh, now he's gonna look at it again.
It is. It is.
It is a straddle.
It was a $100 straddle.
And now, especially because of the discrepancy, now it's almost like really. And now you're gonna raise. So let's see if Peter picks up on this. Let's see if he cares.
And I've seen 80 straddle 100 in a 1-3 game. So
Oh, I love it. I love it. Guys, we're playing 1-3-100. We're playing single digit, triple digit is what we're playing.
Peter's gonna call with a 7-8 of diamonds. I love it.
So snappy too. Ooh, flop.
He's open-ended.
Open-ended. Now 80 obviously doesn't like that king being out there, but he also has a straight draw as well. No players with a club.
It's a draw-heavy board. 80 feels he can get value for more than just a king here. Or I'm sorry, he feels that Peter will call with more than just a king, and he will.
And now the tricky part, Peter, is he thinks he's open-ended, but he can't actually get the jack end of it. He needs to get the 6 end of it. Oh, and that's just horrendous.
Board double pairs.
Yeah. But it does, I mean, this is funny. It does give Peter a chance to fire out, which is exactly what he's doing.
Wow.
So pot was at 1.3. Let's see what Peter fires out if it's enough. If Peter fires out exactly 500 with his double paired board. Oh man, I don't know. Let's see what AD does here. It's not an easy call. Oh, he's got 2 phones. He's balling. I mean, it's very likely that Peter could have just had, because he did call his flop bit, right? So it's very likely that Peter could have had just a 10 with a straight draw, a 9 with a straight draw. I mean, even if he had clubs, it got there.
80 calls.
Wow.
Nice call, 80. It's the worst one. The clubs got there.
It is.
The 10 got there. The 9 got
Everything
there.
got there. I mean, the only thing
Queen
that didn't
Jack
get
was
there
already there.
I was like, I need to get there was like the other 4 cards straight. I mean, and I gotta agree with Poker Pro Eric though. I mean, there's a lot of players who can blow off that hand, but AD, I don't think is one of them.
No.
I mean, AD is like, we've all been at the table where, you know, you're like, okay, this is the perfect spot for me to stick a bluff in, but it's against that one player who you know just calls everything, and you're like, I can't even bluff here. You're like, ah.
AD chipping up.
Chipping up.
And all we do here is tons of deal big pairs, so.
That's all we do. Guys, if you are looking to go play some poker where pairs are involved, obviously, we have pairs almost every hand here. Last night, I played in the 6:30 p.m. tournament here in Stones, and there was no, I mean, every single time somebody at my table had a pair, there was a set. I mean, every time. I folded deuces, a deuce flops. Very next hand I get jacks, I make a raise, I flop a jack. I mean, everybody else just like all in with 10s, all in with 8s, set over set. I mean, it's just every time. So yeah, you guys want pocket pairs, come on down to Stones. That was probably one of the more fun tournaments I played last night. Just ended up going to like, you know, midnight, final table, just crazy madness. We were breaking slash heavily bending all of the rules.
So Zach, I believe, had a $100 straddle in. He might have raised open to 100. I'm pretty sure it was a straddle. And Emmett decided to take a stab at it with King Jack off from the small blind. He hit it 3:55 to go, and Zach now just make it down.
Look at that, the re-raise, strong re-raise here with ace 3.
660. No, that's a Zach 660.
Oh, okay, I was like, wow. I was like, AD is just no fear, dude.
Yeah. By the way, that's what we do here. Like JFK Stone C points out, all you have in straddle, we give you big pair. So straddle up, guys.
Yeah. Probably more.
Look at this. Even Plastica says, after I busted the Twitter roll, I saw Queen Queen versus King versus Ace Ace. I mean, it's just all over the place. And in that Hydra, I mean, there were several times where I saw kings and then like jacks and tens, or like kings and then like queens and jacks. Like every freaking time. It was nuts. We give out all the pairs here at Stones.
In this game, it's definitely out of the muck. Mike R, he made it 100 to go. So I'm sorry, Brian made it 100 to go out of the straddle, under the gun. Mike R calls, the graphics show 75, I see 4 chips out there. Brian put in a $100 straddle, Mike R calls 100, and TD makes it 400 to go, queen 10 of diamonds. Whee! Whee! Back on Mike R. They are deep enough. If he thinks that TD's got a big hand here,
he's checking out of there. He's gone. Yeah, man, between TD and AD, I mean, you got two pretty fearless players not afraid to fire, you know, any amount of chips into these pots.
Build a pot.
Yeah.
And I noticed, I mean, Zach there too. I haven't seen him before, but we saw Zach put in, you know, a $100 straddle. We saw Zach, you know, put in a big 3-bet with the King Jack out of the straddle earlier. I think Zach came to play tonight too.
Yeah, this is a fun little table. I mean, I shouldn't even say little. I mean, there's like over $30,000 on the table. It's a fun little game, fun little kitchen poker game.
Fun little game with 30 cans too.
Let's see if Poker Pro Eric is going to play in Veronica's game. Justin is asking, does he have to get drunk? He doesn't have to get drunk, but I would say it's highly recommended if you're going to play with Veronica. And most likely, if you're playing with Veronica, it's like it's an option, but it's really just mandatory. Let's who are we kidding? It's, you know,
the peer pressure is real.
Yeah. Veronica and Prisoners.
Live 100.
Anthony puts in a $50 straddle, and the players are giving him hell about it. Like, I thought we were playing live 100. These guys want a barrel. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Did you buy him a shot? Yeah, I bought his shot. He bought me a shot. He bought me a shot because he took all my money.
Alright, you took all my money, buy me a shot. You took all my money, buy me a shot. This right here is when that 1 or 2 drinks of alcohol really cost you like $1,000, and you were like, oops, kidding. Just kidding. I agree with Justin here. Veronica is the warden of the game. I think warden is the right term here. She is the warden of the prisoners.
You go over the cabs? That's what got 25. I'm going over the cabs too.
And here we said Zach did not come to mess around. Zach makes it 280 to go out of the small blind.
I like your bet. But you get like plus 180 or something. I'm not even worried about it.
So guys, for those of you who might just be tuning in or new to the stream, some of us that don't hang out here every few days, the chip counts, the greens are $25 chips and the whites are $100 chips, and the reds you see there are 5s.
It's a whole lot of white chips that Zach's got there.
That is a big old stack there.
The Tower of Power. 80s in a call, 230 more with the Queen 9 off.
Louis the 13th.
10, 10, 4, 2 spades. Zach's got a bet.
And ironically enough, if it did come running spades, AD would actually notch him out with a 9 too. That would be even more disgusting.
$380 from Zach, and he will take down the pot with 8 high.
Always feels good to win. Good pot with, you know, $1,000 with 8 high. Feels good. Yeah. That's why you play poker right there.
Yeah.
I was going to go. I want to go to games. I want to try the game. Did he Sean? I did 7 on Saturday. No, the first game.
Oh no, it's a fat train wreck. I'm not even playing in this game. Just wait. I'm trying to get on that Employee Stones game. We're gonna find out here in the Survivor Series.
Barrels.
Barrels, so many barrels. Well, we were joking about T because he said, "Oh, I'm just gonna qualify with hours." I was like, "Oh, you're gonna play all night? You're gonna qualify with hours?" I'm like, "Okay, so watch this." I'm gonna be like, in T, barreling 1,500 to get into the free roll, to get into the free roll single table.
No, man, it was like, honestly, you get like decent lowers, like, you know, cool feeds, not amazing. It was like $1,400 for game 7 of Thunder. Game 1 the finals is way cheaper.
And the cool thing is even if I don't get in it, actually, I'm supposed to be doing the commentary for it, that Stone Survivor one, the employee one, so I'm honestly cool either way, because I think it's just, I mean, even if I'm doing commentary, if I'm in the game, I just want to be here, I want to be part of it, because I think that is just going to be an absolute blast
It's
to
gonna be a lot
watch.
of fun. Dealer's choice, right?
Dealer's choice every hand. Oh, epic.
For game 7?
Yeah, it was only $700 for
Lowers?
lower.
Oh, what side were you where were you looking?
It was like right behind the battle.
Oh, new age anime toys. I know what that's about. We just saw that new movie Neighbors 2 today.
Those things are
Good times. Hilarious movie.
I didn't see any of those for 700. I saw this one for like 800. 740. 740, well. But then you include the fees and stuff too? Yeah, you gotta pay, add another 150.
AD pinching 4-5 says, of course I want to be part of this. Let's make it, what, $1.25? Of course, 150.
150,
I pitched that
5-4.
5 high. I got to make it 150, and that right here is why you guys want to come down and hop in this game, guys.
Easy call for Zach in position here. Sean will not defend the big line with Jack 10.
Lowers, corner lowers, or only 270.
Jack 7-7.
Oh, Brian, of course, Brian with the 7, loving life on the button too. Brian just, oh, wait, is he there? Where's he at? Oh,
Brian's
he's not in this hand. Oh man.
Yeah, no, he's out.
Because honestly, he'd look the same even if he was in. Even if he was in and he had his hand there, he'd be like, don't worry, I don't have a 7. Super nonchalant.
80 best 3 1/4 with a 5 high, takes down the pot. A little bit right back at you, Zach. These two. This is gonna be fun. Old Sport 07, we are playing 10-25 tonight. Just for you.
Like the final game, everyone was bugging him. Everybody bugged him. He was coming in, he always comes into my shop. And he always lets me sit at his seat. But I used to go.
1025 is always solid. I mean, I know in Northern California, this is definitely one of the more sizable games, for sure.
Sure.
Earl Boy? The tiny guy? Earl Boy.
I love it.
And let's face it, every game at Stones plays way bigger than the actual limit. I mean, I've never seen like games like the 1-3 here or the 2-5 here that play at the level that they do. You know, I think everything plays like it's really one notch higher. The 1-3 plays like it's almost a 2-5, and you know, yeah, and step it up from there for sure.
He can ball.
So I think TD straddled here for 50. Peter called 50.
Oh, Anthony called his mother and woke up with some ace king.
And here's Zach. Thank you, Old Sport 07.
Anthony's gonna re-raise. We've got a 3-bet here, 4-bet.
4-bet. So Zach made it 250 to go King Queen. Anthony's noticed one helps wake up Ace King, but Anthony also notices Zach's 3-betting more than just kings and aces here. He makes it 600 to go Ace King. And Zach's got a terrible hand versus a 4-betting range.
Yeah, Peter here is going to correctly check out. Now, if Zach wants to look him up, no, Zach's gone. Yeah. I was like, if Zach wants to look him up, he is not in a good position.
Oh, he don't have much time, dude. I just wanted to see his damn hand. Maybe you were watching? Yeah. You raised me. I did not think that.
So Emmett right now with most chips on the table at about 5.3K. And that's what happens when you get pocket pair after pocket pair after pocket pair.
And you also backdoor diamonds once.
Well, that too. I mean, I guess that helps.
You oopsie some diamonds.
Oops. Whee!
80, 125, Jack 10 off.
I love how 80 makes it 150 with 5 high, but slightly scales it back when we go to jack high.
Yeah, he's trying to get
if he had
called-
aces,
yeah.
he basically makes it min bet.
He's going for value here.
Of
Jack,
course.
Jack 10.
Of course.
TD, of course, is going to call with his pocket of eights.
Oh wow, super stone cold Nutsky Broadway for 80. Could not ask for a better flop dream scenario, although TD has absolutely nothing. And that sucks because I mean he can't even be crafty here and just check this. I don't think TD's gonna look him up at all.
Here's the crazy thing though, like I said, 80 would do the same thing with 5-4, like, you know, and TD's gonna call him here. Now officially drawing dead.
I think we're getting solicited online. I think we're getting invites to come hang out. Sweet. We're somebody. Whee!
Wow. We're the fish in the drink and hang out.
Yeah. They're like, hey, why don't you come hang out? And then we'll play a home game and we'll take all your money and like you black out. You're like, I don't know what happened.
TD.
Oh, I love it. Here's the
350.
relook. AD with the relook. I got to relook and make sure I do in fact have the stone cold Nutskis.
TD has found the rare misstep in his game and has led for 350.
AD has what I like to call the 7-card magical around the world straight. He has 10 to deuce straight, or 10 to 3 straight. Figure that out.
And 80's gonna min raise. We've seen 80 tonight ship Jack 10 on the Jack 6-6 8X flop. Or board, I should say.
And now he's just almost min raising.
Does TD think that 80's got a bluff here? And if he does he flat? Does he rip it in case can get 80 off queen? Or do you just think better of it and let your hand go, TD?
I think TD's posturing for a minute, but I think inevitably TD's going to let his hand go here.
TD calls down.
Oh, he does! Wow, look at that. AD is going to get paid.
And here's the beauty about 80's style, when 80 little, you know, splash and fire, when you make your nutted hands.
Yeah, right? Because there's no way 80 is incapable of having the nuts there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and he's just like, oh, you mean this right here? Super nuts.
On the flop, I said that 80 would do the same thing here with 5-4. Well,
Of course.
5-4 got there. The ace deuce 3.
Yeah. 5-4 totally wheels it hard.
Oh, goodness.
Papi Morenito. Huh?
How'd the Sharks score? What had happened there?
How you get on?
Is this what happened here?
No, we're going to see it. Slow-mo replay. Oh, nope, we ain't even going to see it. Oh, it doesn't look like they did. It says 1-1.
What are they reviewing?
Still says 1-1 in overtime. I love it. 80 with 6 deuce of hearts. Monster. Raise to 75. What a beast.
It's going to get Zach off the 5-7 of clubs.
Unstoppable. Brian has no idea he has AD heavily dominated here with 6-3 of clubs. Oh man, I love it. And this is poker, baby. Just because the stakes are higher does not mean the hands get any prettier. Oh, and TD is getting splashy.
Oh man,
getting splashy. He is like, now I'm not going to call the nuts again. I'm going to start taking some down some pots.
Is TD on the steam pipe?
Johnny Outlaw Gaming, buddy, welcome.
Sharks and Pens in overtime. 4-15 from TD.
Oh man, this is so sick. And 80's not posturing. He's honestly thinking about it.
Yeah, 80 is never posturing.
No, ever.
80
ever.
is very capable of doing a lot of things here.
He was honestly, he was ready to like get in there and get splashy too, and that's what I love. That's what I love right there. My card, the only thing he really has going for him right here at this point is position from the button, but he's gonna check out. And TD, aggression pays. Aggression pays.
It's a great hand by TD. Couple reasons. One, we know 80 will open up a ton of hands. Two, everyone else just called TD. If anyone had a big hand there, they would have 3-bet for value there. TD knows that no one's got a monster. No one's got Jacks plus, probably even Kings plus
no
there.
way, no way.
So when he puts in a big bet there,
I like the little squeeze play from the blinds. Like, hey guys, look at me. I'm going to take this down. I have a monster.
Really don't like aces.
Plastica, I'm going to have to side with my brother Poker Pro Eric on this. I'm a Pens fan. I don't know, I'm kind of a closet Sharks fan too, but I do, the Pens are my team. And can you believe this? Veronica, our Polish friend from Canada, doesn't even watch hockey.
Of course, classic A.
Doesn't even watch hockey.
You know, and they wouldn't even let her count. Oh, looks like Pens scored it. Pens scored.
Pens in overtime. Sorry, Sharks fans.
Pens in OT. No Shark Tank for you.
2-0. Brian, sorry, back to poker, guys. Brian makes it 3 1/4 to go with ace-6
and flops to top bottom, dude. Dunskies. 80 got a small piece of it, maybe enough to get a little splashy here. Pinky Brain Poker, have a good one. Thanks for joining us. And it's going to be enough for 80 to make the call here. Bet was 275, pretty much instantly called by AD. He's going to check it back over to Brian.
There's straight draws, diamond draws. Brian can get a lot of value from a lot of hands here, including worse aces.
Oh yeah.
With 1.2 in the pot, I think Brian can make a pretty sizable bet here.
Pot's already about 1,200. Looks like Brian's going to bet 650. A solid half pot bet.
Unfortunately for Brian, 80's got the one hand that would probably might call the flop that he can actually fold the turn.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really see him continuing much farther. His hand didn't improve. No extra draws of any kind.
But once again, when you're 80 and you play as many hands as you do, you know that people will fire lighter.
Yeah.
$650 to call, second pair,
like he
no
might do
kicker, no draw.
He's going to call. If an 8 peels off, that's really going to pay Brian. And it doesn't. No completion, really no draws out there. It's a pretty dry board. I can't see 80 looking up Brian. Maybe though. I mean, pot's already at 2.5K. There's plenty of money out there at stake. Brian's definitely, honestly, just pondering how do I get the value here.
The problem with Brian here is his stack size. Looks like he only got about what 12, 1,300 behind. I don't see. You can't do anything else but shove here.
Yeah, obviously Brian's stack size is wrong, right? Because he has way more than 3 1/4. Looks like he's going to fire about 1,000 into it, something like that. 1,200, 1,100. We're going to find out. Essentially, by a mile, dedicating himself.
900, and the problem with that sizing is, I mean, look, he's only got 500 behind. I think that sizing, Brian's had nothing but value in his range. I think if he actually would have more bluffs in his range theoretically, if he would have jammed there, he could have some Jack 10 of diamonds. He can have some, Queen 10, Queen Jack there. When you make that kind of sizing, 900 out of a $1,400 stack, I don't think you have any bluffs.
Yeah.
And which makes it really hard to get called. The graphic shows 300. We can see that that's not what he got.
Yeah, no, we knew he bet 9.
It's 9.
We knew he bet 9, which actually affectionately pushes this pot to like 3.4K or something.
Yes.
So I mean, it's a sizable pot. I mean, and the thing is, 80 is now getting more than 3 to 1 on his money, and he makes a correct fold.
I think Brian would have had a better chance of calling there if he would have 80 calling if he would have shipped.
Oh, really? Just think he's totally full of it?
Well, I think, like I said, that sizing, when is Brian ever bluffing with that sizing? Mm-hmm. If Brian did have, though, like some sort of busted Broadway and or flush combo draw, then he ships river to try to maximize his fold.
He fires like whatever, 9 1/4, right? But then he's only got like another 600 behind. I mean, it's almost screaming for a call, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Right? I think if he just ships it, like hopefully go away.
I mean, he bet less.
He has a slightly better chance of getting.
He bets 40% pot which was 60-70% of his stack.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
40% pot, 60% of your stack. That's nothing but value all day, every day, twice on Sundays.
Twice on Sundays for sure. Last Sunday it might even be 3 times. Emmett, when he's not getting pocket pairs, he's picking up ace king suited. So that must be nice.
The run good is real.
That must be real nice.
And 80's still looking over at Brian like, you bluff me? You bluff me?
Mm-hmm. He's like, I want to know. He's like, you can tell me now, or I can find it out in a half hour. You can tell me right now.
This is where if I was at the table, I would start singing Elvis. You know, we can't go on together with suspicious minds.
Yeah, no.
Emmett makes it 160 to go. 80's gonna call.
And of course, Emmett is a huge fan of the run good here. Misses his ace or king, but definitely. Oh, he's gonna take it down here. Two overs, nut flush draw.
80's at king 4.
And he's checking out.
Check out.
He's gone. Man, it must be nice to just spike flops. Well, I mean, in Emmett's defense, he also does go running diamonds sometimes. So it's not like he gets it right on the flop. Sometimes he has to wait.
Sean McCormick 1. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you checking in with us.
Thanks for joining us. We're all D-Gens here. I'm glad we could be D-Gens together.
Have you been watching any of the High Roller Bowl?
No.
Oh, it's been great. Some really great poker being played. 300K buy-in.
Just some modest little 300K. Like, I gotta raid the couch cushions to come up with my 300K.
I was just short this week. I might play next week.
Well, thank you for joining us. Peter getting in there with ace jack. He's gonna make it looks like 2 1/4.
Brian's had the $50 straddle in. I expect him to defend here. No.
Oh, and that's the funny thing. You got a guy like Peter who's actually been playing pretty tight so far this stream.
That's the problem.
He makes it 2 1/4. Brian instantly gets away. If AD makes that same bet, Brian's he's 3-bet. He's re-raising. You know. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think they were day 4 today, the high roller.
Nice.
But it was really awesome. It was actually a what they call a negative rake event. There were 49 spots reserved, and then the sponsors running for the event and people who pay for commercials and whatnot put up another 300K into the prize pool. So it was a negative rake. Actually, there's more prize pool. I mean, there was no rake.
Wow,
and
sweet.
More prize pool than buying.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it drew some players out for it.
Of course, yeah. People are like, okay, fine, you got me, okay.
Yeah.
Anthony under the gun. He makes it 75 to go. Ace Jack of clubs. Emmett catching nothing but hands here. He's got ace queen. He's better. He's just gonna call. 80 comes in 6-7 of hearts.
Yeah, and he's right on the button too. 80's like, oh, button 6-7 of hearts, please. That's an insta call. All right, going to the flop. 260 in the pot. Oh, 6-7 of hearts is looking all right about now. Gutter ball, straight draw for 80. All overs for Emmett and Anthony. Hoping to catch some love. And Anthony is going to waste no time here, firing out.
Inside straight draw, 2 overs here. I actually would really love to see a check raise from AD. The deuce 3-5 is going to miss Anthony's opening range under the gun almost 100% of the time. I mean, Anthony can still have some overpairs, but he's going to miss a lot too. And if that's the case, I think a check raise would be in order. Or he's on the button. A raise, especially in position, then definitely a raise.
And 80's hand improves here actually. So he actually picks up a 6, which gives him the best hand, and that honestly kills Anthony's 4 out here. I mean, he was already killed before, but it really kills it now.
Will Anthony bluff here? No, he will check over to 80. 80's gonna go for a little bit of value.
Yeah, he is. That's exactly a little bit of value. That's 200 into 530, and it looks like Anthony instant-bombed. And 80 shows. Anthony's like, yeah, I don't care. I knew you had ace jack high beat, so we're fine. Yeah, hey Sean, come up here. I think you'll really like it, man. It's a really nice establishment. Smoke-free. Everything's nice and new and fresh. Great staff, great dealers. Yeah, definitely worth checking out for sure. Right off the freeway too, so it's really easy to get to.
Yeah, and I was up at Jason Somerville's event in Reno. There was a lot of players that were talking about Stones. Of course, we had Jason Somerville here at Stones for the PokerStars California West Coast Tour thing. And there's a lot of people that were talking about the room. A lot of good things being said.
Well, it's nice, man. I mean, if you're going to go through the money and take the time to build a new poker room establishment, I mean, you really have to think about, from a player's perspective, what's awesome? What do we like? What do we not like? You know, and I think they nailed a lot of really awesome things with this room.
Eldar says, I would crush this game. Oh my God. You know, Eldar,
come on down,
let's
man.
see it, brother.
Dude.
We would love to have you.
Absolutely.
Love to have you.
Eldar live, coming up. $6-8-4 on the flop. Wow, Zach with a pair of threes here is currently the best.
Yeah, they're just the top three things are the sliders, the can't really go wrong.
Eldar says, I'm in the car. I'm en route. We'll pay for your gas. Get here now. There's always a seat open for Zibaju.
Well, and also this is what we do. This is our players menu. We have a full price menu. These are 40% off.
What is it, like 9? I just think
Jan in the box now. Jan's one of the best. Maybe the best.
Jen runs a tight ship, man. A lot of these dealers run a tight ship. I like it. They're like, look, we'll let you get away with a lot of stuff, but be cool, honey bunny. Be cool. Oh, I like, hey, Bink, welcome to the chat. I like Bink's name. Bink! Nailed it.
TD makes it 125 to go. Jack 10 of spades. Love his hand.
And that's going to take it down. Man, TD is like snaking all these pots pre-flop. Like a lot of pots pre-flop. Not even going to the flop. I'll take it. He's just trying to beat the rig. He's like, just send it. Ship it. I don't want to see a flop. I don't want to pay your $5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can borrow one.
Bean,
Bink.
welcome to the chat.
There you go, Ghost Arm. That's exactly what I say. Bink. Nailed it. Nailed it. I always say that when I totally miss it, actually.
Yeah.
Is when I say that. Bink, nailed it, and then it's always followed by check.
I've done that in spots where I'm first to show and like check your file, like I flopped it and just like
I flopped it, and then you flip over like
table 5 high.
Yeah, and then 9 high. You're like, just kidding. I play the board. Poker Pro Eric, no, this is not. I don't think they do timed drops here at Stones. I'm pretty sure.
I think this is time.
It is?
This is a time game. I'm
wow.
pretty sure this is a time game.
Mind blown. I stand corrected.
Brian makes it 75 to go, 9-8 at diamonds. Anthony's gonna put in a 3-bet here with a Jack 10 off. Same thing, he knows Brian likes to open up a lot of hands.
Hey, Bink wants to know how often the 1025 runs here. It's once a month, right?
Yeah, the first Wednesday of every month, around the 10 and a quarter. We sometimes get it other times too, but you're gonna see it streamed first Wednesday of every month. Brian hits an 8. And he should be more than happy to check call this thing down. 335, and Brian makes a pretty quick call here.
And Brian and Anthony play together a lot. They are very familiar with each other's style of play. And
Top two, big card here. Top two for Brian. Open-ended straight draw now for Anthony, and better backdoor spades.
And it also
Or
puts
in
that
spades.
super bluff potential of having, oh, there you go, they checking around, but it puts, hey, we were just talking about you, Jen. In a good way, all good. Well, half of it was good.
4 double pairs. Brian now is going to block.
God, and Anthony misses everything there, too. I think if Anthony had fired on the turn, it would have made Brian think twice, but Brian's hand improved. I mean, really just kind of no getting off it at this point.
The thing about that 9 of spades rolling off on the turn is Anthony's going to check back a lot of over pairs that don't have a spade in it. And if that's the case with 6 pairs on the river, Brian actually loses the hand to all those over pairs.
Yeah.
It's an interesting bet of 450 there. Brian's actually going to get called by better. I think fairly often enough. Like I said, all Anthony's over pairs that don't have a spade in it are going to check back that turn card.
Nate Poker, welcome to the chat room.
Hey, hey, hey.
Andy NJCA, welcome.
Huh? I really don't go there because I don't know. I get a good vibe. Win or Aria, I get a good vibe. Aria is so hard to get to jam. Really? I guess it's like
Action on over to AD here with Ace 4.
yeah, that's what I said. I get up in there and bam. Right when I sat down, I like tripled up. Instant. Bam, I might have went 2 grand. Get a call and all in, and I'm fishing.
Brian here with Queen 10 of diamonds. Looks like he's going to put out a bet.
Tripled up.
He's going to raise it up to 80. Oh, and Anthony, right, just surrounding Brian's hand with King Jack of diamonds, is going to make the call. And Sean here waking up with a fun little Ace-8 suited, Ace-8 of hearts. 80 bucks to play. He's going to make the call as well. Mike R with another little fun 10-Jack connector makes the call. And I don't see how TD could go anywhere, but TD's been known to do all sorts of squeeze plays. He's going to make the call. We're going to see here. We got 5 players going to this flop. Boom. Huge, huge for so many people.
Wow, Jack 10, 7,
gosh.
2 hearts. Sean's got the nut heart draw.
Mike's got top 2 pair.
Anthony's got top pair and a king kicker.
And
Middle
yeah.
pair, backdoor straight draw. Pair
Middle
17,
pair, bottom pair.
top pair, 2 pair, nut draws.
Let's just give everybody some fun stuff and see what happens.
You just want to stick with like 1700, check it out.
I know. Pot's already at 630. Oh, it was 635. Now it's climbing rapidly here. We got a bet originally here by Brian with Queen 10 to 235. Anthony obviously calls the 235. It's on Sean with the super nut flush draw here.
Yo.
Lenny Lopez, 23. Welcome to the chat box. That's one of my boys from my home games.
Nice. Now look
He
at
was-
Mike. Look at Mike R just sitting here waiting with 10 Jack. Like I'm just waiting so I can just
Someone do
jam
something.
this. I could jam this so hard right here.
Let me jam this in 8-9. Where's 8-9 right
I
now?
know. That's what he's saying. He's like, I'm gonna jam this and like just cross fingers for no 8-9.
Multi-way here.
Oh, okay.
I think Mike R can actually flat and look to find a safe turn card. Wow.
Whatever you want.
Brian bets 235 with middle pair.
And everybody wants a piece of it. This is one of the few times where I think TD's like, well, screw that, I'm out of here, man. I mean, I don't say, well, he's gonna be out of here. Is he gonna flat here? He might flat and peel off one. He's looking for like random like deuce 3 brick black card. Oh no, he's getting he's going up. We're going upstairs.
I think if he was heads up, he could flat, but not against so many
No,
players.
not against all these players. There's so many draws out there, and he knows it. He's got it. He knows at least there's a heart draw out there. Probably pair with a straight draw. Like he just doesn't want any part of this. He says we're gonna jam it hard. He does. He pops it up to 1,000. Solid raise. I think Brian obviously knows he's got to go away here. Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah, Evan Anthony. Look at I love Anthony's face when he folds. He just does the whole, whatever, I fold, you know?
Nut flush draw for Sean.
Sean's also got
Inside
the straight draw
inside
too.
straight draw.
Sean's got a lot where he might.
Sean shoves.
Yeah,
Here's
not
the-
surprised. And now you're Mike R. He wants a count.
What did Sean just call with?
What would he flat with 8-9?
I don't think so.
Because of the hearts, he can't flat with 8-9.
Well, there's also like other straight and flush combos that can call you there.
Yeah. And I think Mike R is heavily gonna make a call here. He's just kind of basically give me an exact count so I know exactly.
How much am I calling off here?
Yeah,
How much am I hating my call here?
I mean, look at Sean's outs at the top. He's got 10 outs.
Yeah, the only hearts he can flat. Once again, 8-9 of hearts is the only 8-9 combo that he can flat there.
See, 8-9 of hearts are reasonable flats. That's exactly what Pink said, right? As you said.
Yeah. There's nothing else he would flat there. He would not play a set that slow. He would not play the same hand that slow. That's all in a call. Now Jackson whether to turn it once or twice. Mike calls.
Pink, there it is. Super nuts. He said I got the nuts. Super nuts. Done. Yeah. Tricky,
They run it once.
Dangerous hand. And Sean, who was just out for a motorcycle ride with his son, is gonna go home a lot richer, it looks like. So that pot was damn near $5,000.
It's a good call by Mike. You have to, like I said, you have to call one for the price, two because there's nothing that can beat you that Sean would have flatted with.
And that's one of those things where it's like, I don't blame Sean, I don't blame Mike. That's just the way it was gonna go down, you know?
Can you blame Jen?
I can always blame Jen. Oh, she's literally right here. She's literally right here.
We love you, Jen. No.
She's like, really,
Sick
guys?
hand.
I'm right here. And that's gonna build up some stacks here. Solid. Sean, look at that. Almost 3 stacks at pretty much 5K right there. 5.4, 5.1, and 4.8. Solid.
Sick hand for Mike R.
Maybe Sean will get enough to buy himself a fresh motorcycle for the road after all.
Against that many opponents, Poker Pro Eric, I don't think flatting's optimal. Initially, I think I kind of alluded to he could flat. Versus,
He can flat if it's like heads up.
If it's heads up, I think you can flat.
Yeah, but other than that, because I mean, here's the deal: you flat, and you have any random like deuce of clubs, 3 of spades, whatever, fire off, and then you're jamming it all day.
But even like I said, but even heads up, there's still so many draws and worse hands that can call you there if you raise.
Yeah.
Even I still think even heads up raising's probably optimal. I think you flatten's an option if your heads up, but even then, I still think raising's probably GTO in that spot.
Well, either way, the thing is, once he sees the King of Hearts on the turn, it's like his hand. He instantly knows his hand is toast. He's just like, this is bad. That's like the worst card I could have seen.
Yeah. Overcard to his jack.
An overcard and that completes a flush draw. Right? Because it's very viable that somebody could have had Jack King, i.e. exactly what Anthony had. So even if Anthony's in there, he beats 10 Jack. But he called his mother and decided against it.
TD, 285 out of the small blind with a 9-6 of diamonds.
Poker Pro Eric, I think a big heart draw might be able to fold, but I think his inside straight draw also added to that at that point, and he was just kind of like, look, I'm going for it.
Queen Jack Jack. Good flop for Zach.
It's like TD's gonna waste no time firing right out, and he's gonna see where he's at. It's like 260, something like that. 370, totally off.
And Zach's in Flat World.
Yeah, he's totally in Flat World. 80, it was way gone there. He's literally already turned around eating. That's how fast he mucked. He's gone. And Zach's gonna flat. Gonna hit a turn here. Pink, no help to anybody. TD's giving up some position here.
I think Zach should check this card back.
I'm okay with that because if he has a queen, he doesn't have ace queen. You most likely have him. If he has a jack, he's going to jam into you hard.
You're only getting value from queen 10 here.
Yeah.
And you really think that TD's 3-betting queen? Well, he's 3-betting 9-6, so I guess he could be 3-betting queen 10.
What do you know? You know nothing. Now he's gone.
But then again, I think if TD had 3-bet queen 10 and it came in queen jack jack, I think TD's much more likely to try to get the showdown and probably check the flop.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. You know what I like about there? I would have liked if Zach checked as well, because I think that gives TD the opportunity to fire another barrel on the river. Yeah. And when he basically ties his own noose on the river. So I would have been okay with a check there. I think if you thought you were already good, then why not just check there? Because he's not going to call you unless he's already got you.
It's really hard. I think TD, even if you 3-bet a hand like 9s or 10s, I don't think he's calling the turn there. Unless he'd have to. If you're going to call that turn with 9, if you're going to check all the turn 9s or 10s, you got to be so locked in on your opponent that he's flatting you, calling 3-bets with like a hand that's dominated like ace 10, something like that. I mean, because he didn't. I mean, maybe ace king, but.
And that's the other thing is that sometimes players like AD and TD. I mean, because their reputation is hitting 2 cards, sometimes you're like, wow, you have to like really rethink. You're like, okay, you could totally be the weird guy who is betting and then check raising me with a jack or something. So you got to think about it for a minute for sure.
I think Zach should check back.
Bink, we can definitely have bias as a commentator, and we have definitely told people that they suck before. I don't think we're shy about that. Generally speaking, though, a lot of these guys, I mean, well, we've all been in the. I mean, we've all played cards. We know sometimes you run bad, sometimes you play bad. You're not at your best. But I don't think religiously any of these players is a super donk by a mile. I mean, otherwise they probably wouldn't be playing 10-25 very long at all.
Mike made it 275 to go. Zach, who originally opened the pot, calls Jack 9.
No clubs for anybody.
Zach flops middle pair.
Drunk and Immaculate. The stream's been going off about an hour and a half. We start at 7 p.m. and we end around 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Mike bets 350 to his queens, trying to get value from a club or a jack. Zach's got none of it.
Oh, AD, the one player you don't see ever having aces.
Happy birthday to AD.
Oh, and he takes a call. Why does he always take a call?
Get off the phone, AD.
When
You have aces.
He looked at his aces. He's like, guys, I'm busy. I got this call. I got to take. Important business I have to attend to. Look at this, and 4s and 6s. Like I said, guys, come to Stones. Get your pocket pairs. Get them here. They're cheap. They're hot. You're going to love it.
Bunch of limpers. 80's option.
Later, Blaska. Thanks for joining us.
And 80's gonna make 100 more to go. Brian's definitely calling. And Anthony's calling as well. TD, everyone's present here.
I think if we see any sort of 4-6 out there, or even like a king high board, jack high board, or a couple of hearts, I mean, it's fireworks time. I think no matter what, we're gonna see some fireworks coming up here.
Emmett finds a fold. Emmett's got 2 straight blockers and a suited hand. And what a flop, top and bottom pair.
Oh no.
Emmett, what are you doing, brother?
What are you doing? He's like, I only play ace, king, and pocket pairs. So no pocket pairs hit. King jack whiffed it pretty hard. It's gonna be tough to see some action. I mean, AD's definitely got the best of it by a mile here.
Were they sitting together?
275 from AD.
Set mining failed for Brian and Anthony. There is no sets in the mine.
And right now, Emmett's thinking, God damn it, I was being made like 6-1.
Yeah. He's like, dude, nobody can put me on aces. I never have aces. I'm the guy who makes it 200 with like 5 high. I do not have aces. Don't worry about it.
Rosin 360, welcome to the chat.
Attitude. Be good with your attitude. You gotta be a professional.
I see a Brittany and a Brittany.
You had dueling Britneys there. Come on, Stones. Pick your Brittany. Pick your cocktail.
I see what you're saying.
Anthony's out of there. Sean's going to pinch a little queen jack off. And he's going to make the call. As well as my car. Peter, who's been pretty tight today so far.
Very, very snug. In Peter's defense, he does have 82 seats to his left.
Yeah,
It's gonna keep you in check oftentimes.
Be cool, honey bunny. Be cool. Boom. Queen 6 deuce rainbow on the flop. Sean with way the best with pair queens.
Both Emmett and Zach made a pair of deuces. Mike's fives missed.
3 of the aces are tied up in his hand. You're gonna see one of those coming out.
And Emmett will bet his deuce and backdoor heart draw.
They do. They got the best quarterback.
Sean, easy call for Sean here. Calls the 55, keeping it small ball.
That's fine.
And my car is going to make the call, do a little set mining. I think he's obviously open for 5, but maybe 3 or 4 to peel off and open up some outs. Not going to happen.
I wasn't a believer, but I started looking at his stats.
So Sean really soft playing this queen here. Checking it over and nothing. Queen jack still way the best, and now he's going to fire out. I like how when queen is the highest card, he's just checking, but once the king comes out, he's like, oh yeah, now we're firing.
They already played like, but then when he had that line, yeah, when he had that line.
Sean bets 100.
Yeah. Man. And then when, what's his name? Ryan got that.
And runs off with the bluffs.
Boom, take it down. He's going to scoop a little $400 pot, not too shabby.
The ball didn't hit the ground that one time. That is a challenge. I mean, you look at Curry. That's why he's got such a good fan base, man.
Oh, we got our first, that puts Sean our first stack over 6. Beast, wee, beastie.
I was just in Vegas with his brother, so I heard his brother was I met him. We went to Vegas together.
You know what I liked about that Hydro final table? It was the first time I got to play with the plaques, the tiles, the nice big heavy clay tiles. It always makes me think like Casino Royale, like Monte Carlo status, you know, like straight out of a Bond movie. Like, I'm just gonna put out huge tiles that are worth, no matter what they're worth a lot. Like if I'm betting tiles, they're not cheap.
Absolutely, Book Pro Eric. We were talking about it earlier.
Definitely feel. He's a cool motherfucker. No basketball player. They are, I swear. Yeah.
Ryan's like, 3 deuce, off, I'm in. Mike R running good here, top pair, nothing for Brian to continue. I think it's just going to be pretty much a bet fold scenario here.
I know this way.
130 into 160, yeah, easy fold for Brian here. And Mark R is going to take it down.
It's not even a video. I mean, like, awkward and something. Cold the night they stepped in the field. The night they stepped in the field. The night I lost the
Fatty boy's eating over in seat 7, man. It makes me hungry already. He's just mowing down like some Mongolian beef or something. I'm just like, I want it.
We're just mugging him over here. Watching him through our penalty box.
That's it. They use the tiles of the Aria 300K, but they are time extension.
So yeah, they're playing that tournament. You have a 40-second shot clock.
Oh, nice.
Every
Okay, I think I saw Gron you like tweeting about that.
Yeah,
like,
and you have 2 time extension little. So you have to use.
And what is it? Is it like a minute time? Is it like an extra 30 seconds?
A minute.
Okay.
A minute.
You know what I mean?
And you get 2 per day.
Yeah. And yeah, Veronica says, yeah, they're very different than the Plexured Stones, which obviously represent large amounts of chips.
Hand right there. Now you put the green
TD, he made it 85 to go with a jack deuce of spades. Pete came along, king queen off.
I didn't even know you had all that green.
Brian now, queen 10. He calls as well.
No, I was on that point.
And it's being laid a great prize, but he's got a pretty bad hand.
Yeah,
So let
Jack
it go.
7, bye.
Ace 6-10. Brian flops the best of it with his middle pair. Peter's got an inside straight draw.
TD's holding on to his jack he needs. That's not going to stop him from firing. Looks like he's going to fire a couple $100.
And this will probably work. Peter's been playing pretty snug. He's going to just flat a lot of aces, including big aces.
And Peter already got, and I'm not even surprised because Peter already got respect from Brian earlier. Remember, Peter had like just a super small standard raise, and Brian had a decent hand and just instantly mucked. So nicely played, Peter. You got to bet the hand that you're going to get. And right there, you basically had Broadway, you just hadn't got there yet.
Yeah, Peter's not going to get too many light calls tonight.
Booker Pro Eric says Stones needs a pool like Arya. Guys, if management is listening, I think roof pool is in order. Yeah, roof pool. Instant from Jake, like, oh yeah, we need the roof pool here. Access to the roof pool. You know what? You make it. Hey, if you play 20 hours of live poker in a week, you get a pass for the roof pool, right? Oh, I'm in.
Wizards.
I'm so in. You're welcome. Best idea ever. AD waking up a queen jack.
Emmett makes it 75 to go. 80 comes along with his queen jack. Brian will call on the button. 9-8 off.
Sean's out of there. All right. 3 players going to the flop. Bink 7-9-3. Brian flops top pair. And really, running diamonds for AD, but other than that, not a whole lot going on. And it looks like, did they both check it over to Brian? Yeah, they both checked it over to Brian, and who obviously has top pair. He's not going to waste any betting spots here. He's going to make it 155. And looks like he's going to take it down. Oh, I lied. 80. 80's going to think about it. 80's never so quick to fold. He's like, hold on, you got to pry these cards from my hands. I have 1 diamond, so I'm basically like already got you crushed. Bring it.
Backdoor diamonds,
Watch, it's going to be the perfect card. That was a course.
There it is.
I love it.
80.
80's like, not on my watch, bro. I'm the sheriff. And the thing is, whether or not 80 hit that queen, that's such an 80 move to just like, okay, another over pops, and I'm just going to fire out and see where I'm at. Like, regardless of if he has that queen or not. So, Brian's going to make the call, non-believer, going to hit the river. Does complete diamond draw here. Could get a little funky.
Did Brian just check out a turn?
I don't know. I honestly thought they kind of just did like a check river, but it doesn't look like he did. So
I think Brian checked out a turn.
Which obviously, 80 has to fire here regardless if he checked out a turn. You know, so Veronica says she loves 80 more than meat on a stick, and
that woman does love some meat on a stick.
I was gonna say, and being that her mom was like a butcher and everything, like her family's, like I believe it. Like she knows her meat's on sticks.
Brian calls down with a pair of 9s.
And this is a prime example of where being a player like AD gets you paid. Gets you paid.
Get paid. $80, crushing it live.
I love it. Back up to 4.6. I don't know what I know he got felted. I don't know what he rebound for, but it definitely wasn't 4.6.
He's up, no, 80 bought in for 2K and then 2K, so if he's up
perfect.
No,
Awesome.
80's up $600. And you know, after that, you know, Jack 10 check raise river shove there to be up 600 for the night, you're in a pretty good spot.
You're loving life. So he's following my MO here at Stones. My MO when I get the cash game here is I walk in, I bring a shovel, and I just dig a hole right off the bat, right? And then I start building this cool little ladder to climb out of this hole.
Yeah.
If I could just avoid that first shovel part, then I'd be down. Veronica, there's so many things we could say there, but I'm glad your mom is in town. That is awesome. I like your mom. Just, if nothing else, I like your mom from all the stories you tell. She sounds hilarious.
Folds run 80.
Oh, over to Zach. Ace 4 off. Out of here. Brian, I mean, even Brian will play a lot of things, but Jack 3 unsuited ain't one of them.
Chop.
Chop. Guys, is that like the first chop we've seen?
It is.
I think it's actually the first chop we've seen. Octavio in the dealer box here. Getting some. Is she really going to be your co-host on Saturday? I cannot wait if it's going to be Veronica and Mom on Saturday. I need to see some of that. That's going to be great. So I hate to break this to you because she gave the ticket to me and she didn't give it to you. I'm sorry, but she's hooking me up with a ticket to apparently this Sacramento sushi competition. And you go there and like all the top sushi chefs and like you're just gonna eat all these awesome rolls and you're gonna like mark on, and judge them. And I'm actually really stoked about it because I will mow on some sushi. Like I could eat sushi all day, every day. For sure. So.
She knows I love sushi.
Oh God, it's the worst. I just outed you, Veronica. I'm so sorry. Guilt trip her. Guilt trip the hell out of her. Do it.
So that's how it's gonna be.
Ouch. Ouch. Sorry I brought that up, bro.
Peter and Emmett with the same hand. Mike R in the hand too. He's got 9s. So he's got the best of it.
It's always fun when two players have the same hand and you just kind of watch them try to outplay each other with the exact same cards. Especially when there's virtually no draw like this. When it's just like super airball.
Mike.
Oh, wow. She invited your wife first, who said no. You got super out of it. At least now that I know that I wasn't first pick. I wasn't even first pick. That's the best part.
3 on the turn. Check, check. Mike's had it like that. 3 on the river.
Running 3s. Mike is not hating live with the 9s. Now, unless Emmett wants to get crafty, he's obviously not just going to call here. He would make some sort of play. I think it's either a razor fold scenario here.
Would Mike turn a busted heart draw into a bluff here?
No.
Emmett thinks not.
I mean, if you were going to rep the queen, you had been repping it a while ago. I mean, you're not repping the 3. Let's call it what it is.
All you want though, you got to take it.
Next time.
Bad luck if you don't take it.
I gotta head out.
Poker Pro Eric's trying to get banned, I think.
He is. But look at all these chip stacks gradually climbing. Like, the lowest stack now is almost $2 grand.
It's good. Drunken Immaculate, to answer your question, sorry about the difference between Periscope and Twitch. Twitch is a online streaming game channel or vessel where you can stream games. Periscope is a app where people can stream whatever it is from their phone.
Yeah, like you could never have this sort of production value on Periscope.
No.
You couldn't have any sort of like multi-screen things with hands and and other little information.
Periscope is basically it's live streaming from your phone.
Yeah, it's like you're just live streaming a random video from your phone.
Whereas Twitch is generally it's streaming games from a PC or from a live location like this.
Yeah.
Poker's big on Twitch.
Yeah. Well, and it's getting bigger, and I love that we're always upgrading all our equipment here. We're always just tweaking stuff, changing stuff, adding cameras, adding mics. So it's only gonna get better, man. I mean, I went back recently and I checked out like some like the first few streams, and it looks like it's just like you and Veronica in like a dark living room, like the glow of a TV, and it's just like, all right, we're playing some cards, and now it's just totally different, totally different. Way cool.
J27 to True, OD, welcome to the chat box. For those of you who haven't clicked the little heart button yet, oh, there we go, Nightbot, they're all over it.
Nightbot, my friend.
They could just hit me, man.
Nightbot, you my only friend. No, but subscribe though, because then you blast out a little email to you right off the bat, and it's just like, hey, we're live. So then it's cool because we always do that. Since we go live, technically speaking, 10 minutes before we actually start the stream, gives you time, get your popcorn, start munching, enjoy the show. Make a cocktail. The 10. I'm definitely on the 10 side of things. So.
Brian makes a 75 to go, King 10 off. Mike calls Ace 10. AD, also ace 10 in the big blind. AD does not have a fold here.
I think earlier we were talking about how his fold button broke. I don't think he has the fold button. Boom, queen 6-4, total rainbow, absolute bricks for everybody and anybody here. Pretty much ace ties here. The ace 10s are the best hands, both tying each other. God, everybody's locked up with that 10. Where's the 10 high flop when you need it? I mean,
Where's that damn ace 10?
Where is that?
Checks through, 5 diamonds on the turn, helps no one.
Still a brick. The pot's about 235. I think we just got this. We're in a bet it to win it scenario right here. Everybody's just playing real just checky safe.
Bricks through, puts a one-liner to a straight out there. That might keep anyone from trying to, or actually, that might increase the chance of someone trying to pick it up.
Yeah, somebody's got it. It's checked all the way down. How do you not fire this? You almost have to.
Well, the problem is AD and Mike both have, with ace high, they figure that they're going to be good oftentimes. They don't need a bet.
Yeah.
And they are in this case.
Veronica's saying that her show is good because it's sponsored by Napa Valley. All of the wine, so much wine. Actually, I believe it's called Mom Juice.
Mom Juice.
Mom Juice, the official sponsor of the Veronica and Prisoners game. For those of you who aren't familiar with Mom Juice, it's basically wine. Box, bottle, can, do it. Could you imagine the PR storm that you would encounter if you actually tried to launch a wine label named Mom Juice? Like, half the people would think it's funny, and then like the other half would just be like violent, angry protesters about how you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I believe Drunken Immaculate was asking when Justin is working. He pretty much lives here. I think he just has like several of the same suits that he just rotates out. And I think he has a cot that he just like pops open. So it really doesn't matter what time you get here. He'll be here.
Philly, Blimp, Stones, we are located just outside Sacramento.
Right up the street known as Highway 80. We're right up the street.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
It's true. It freaks me out when I try, because 80 goes all the way to the East Coast, so it freaks me out whenever I travel and I'm somewhere on the East Coast, and it's like, you get GPS directions, like, oh, hop on 80. I'm like, oh, I'm home.
For 2 days, yeah.
Wait, hop on 80 for 2 days. Go straight. Get in your Tesla, slap it on auto drive. Stones does not have a hotel, but they do have plenty of places to stay around here. Veronica offers free room and board for any out-of-town players, so just hit her up.
BYOB,
and
BY per B.
That's it, all of it.
And
as long as you bring Mom Juice, you have a place to stay.
Emmett makes it 75 to go off the button. 80 is going to defend the small blind with pocket fours. Heads up to the flop.
One there and one fireball over there.
Pair of sevens for Emmett.
Oh, right here.
Good old coin flip. 2 overs versus the pair, and the 7 gets there. It's not going to stop AD from firing, of course. And it's good! Emmett checking out. You know, Emmett, like I said, he only does huge pocket pairs and like ace kings. That's Emmett's range, so if that 7 is no good for him.
AD, super beast.
Now or after that?
Yeah, Rick and Barstow, as far as browsers go, definitely stick with like a Firefox these days anyway.
Throw the fireball over there. Yeah, there it is. Thank you. There we go. Rob.
Oh, look, man, everybody's cheersing.
Good game.
80's feeling good, man. He's loving life. He's like, dude, I bluffed off $2,000. Now I'm at 4.6. I'm loving life right now. I'm loving it.
Fireball. I wasn't in no look for that. No look left. I'll take a fireball.
Old Sport 07. No, we're shooting till 10.
Yeah, you have another solid hour from now. So, again, make a cocktail or 10, and grab some popcorn. I've used Firefox and had to re-image my computer. Good lord, I think your problem is more than Firefox, my friend.
Yeah, you might want to delete your browser history, Rick and Barstow, try that.
It's true. Clear it all out. If the FBI comes knocking, just deny, deny, deny.
Oh, really?
Like I've started a horrible thing now. Everybody's like, oh, Veronica's got plenty of vacancy at the hotel. I'll just go hang out at Veronica's.
Yeah, they're good, but.
Look at Sean's mountain of chips right there and see one. I love it. I love that he literally was just out on a motorcycle ride. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna go on a motorcycle ride with my son, hang out for a while, the weather's nice, and boom, I'm gonna just snap all these guys for some cash. I'm gonna do that too. Oh yeah, the blue chip that the dealer handed out is gonna be a $1 chip. So the ones technically don't really play as far as
they don't play in this game, yeah.
Yeah,
use the tips.
So the $1 chips are literally just for tipping and random payouts, to, for drinks or food or whatever from the waitresses.
It's got to be tough for Mike R right there in seat 2, having lost that big pot to Sean, and every time you look over at a small blind, you see that mountain of chips, and you're just like, those were my chips.
Those were mine. Oh, they're the worst. We've all done it though. You lose that pot.
Chip envy.
When you had somebody outstacked, and you lose a pot you shouldn't have lost against them or something, and you look and you're like, every single chip in front of you should be in front of me. Plus, what I still have in front of me. I'm the worst.
Chip
this is
envy.
The worst.
It's real.
This is a time game. That's how they're handling the drop here. It's a time game. Now, what do they do for the time game? Do they collect every hour?
Every half hour.
Oh, okay, cool.
Traditionally. Folds around to Zach. He'll open up the pot to 75 with the ace-jack of hearts. Sean will defend the small blind, 6-4 diamonds.
And he's got to take an important call. You always got to take an important call when you're in big hand. Let's do it.
Sean, get off the phone. You know better.
You know better. Shame.
This isn't your first stream.
Boom. Pair of 6s for Sean. Pair of aces for Zach. Way ahead. Sean's in check fold phone call mode.
Zach bets 110.
Do you know what the time to rake is per half hour? Any idea?
I don't. I know in like everywhere I play over in Nevada, it's like a $6 half hour. I'm not sure what we pay for time here.
So SJC asks, hey, what if you have like 10 blue $1 chips? Do those play if you push all in?
Yeah, if it's over a certain amount, they do play, I believe.
If it's probably over increments of 5
in
or 10.
In the 10 1/4 game, I'm not positive on that, so don't quote me there.
Poker Pro Eric is saying no, but then again, it's Poker Pro Eric, so I mean, I don't,
Yeah.
Just saying. Oh, there you go, $9 per player for 30 minutes. Oh, we got a new player sitting down. Seat 9 coming in. Anthony must have got a call from his mother. He had to go home. Now, speaking of mothers, actually, JFK Stone's TD here, Justin's mom and dad were both in here last night. Got to meet them.
Oh,
Very
awesome.
cool people. Yeah, I think his dad was even playing the tournament. Super rad.
Oh, we got KB in seat 9.
Oh. With the most stylish headphones at the table, nonetheless.
KB, longtime Sacramento grinder. I played a lot of poker with KB.
Antelope everywhere. It was real nice. Now it's kind of like, to be honest. They get shit.
Good old Brian making it 2 1/4. What a beast. With 4 high. Classic Brian maneuver. Going to the flop, totally opposite hands. Let's see what gets funky here. Wow, 9-10 way ahead here. The gutter ball straight draw, yeah.
Yeah, inside straight draw here for Zach. But
Running
against Brian's 3-bet, I'm not sure he's going to want to chase it down.
Yeah, no, his 3-bet has to illustrate any piece of that king-queen on that board there. And it does.
It works.
Brian, you're such a beast.
I mean, he's going to think that his jack out's clean because, you know, Brian's not 3-betting a lot of ace-10, I don't feel, but it's awfully hard to get there.
Yeah.
On the bright side of it, with the board being there, if your jack out does come,
And then it's shot right back up.
you're hoping your opponent, you know, is going to have a have a set either on the flop there or get there and have something to pay you off. So if there is a spot, I would suppose that if you could justify that, you would definitely have the full implied value. That might be the spot. Even though, well, in that case, Brian had 4 high, but
Yeah.
with that flop texture, and if you were to get there, might be reason to believe that you could get paid off if you did hit your jack.
Yeah.
That said, I still fold.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still.
After all that wind and
I'm
noise,
still saying
I'm still
bye.
folding. Not drawing to the jack there.
Down, up, now it's only going up now.
They could raise. That would have been sexy.
Big sexy. I'm looking. We got, dude. It's great. It's a Wednesday night. So we got 7 live games running right now. It's always fun action. All right, little pot here. 210 in the pot. Going to the flop. Boom. 6-7 jack. 2 spades. It's actually going to be open-ended for AD, right in AD's alley right here. We don't know what Sean has. Mike R has 10-5 suited here. Missed a big chunk of it. AD fires right out with 150. Sean's out and Mike R's out. Take it down. Oh, what's he going to show? Oh, I thought he was looking back. Oh, he's going to show both. Thought he was looking back to show one. Like, oh, here's my 5 of spades. Don't worry about it. You love it.
Jimmy Wolf in the chat box. Always fun.
I only was playing like for some reason. You know, there's hands that you feel that you play.
So we had a lot of hands flowing earlier in the night, and there was a lot of big pairs being dealt. 80 and Zach were smashing up a lot of action for us. Any of the straddles were also going on earlier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, game seemed to have kind of shifted a little bit, you know, kind of tend to tighten up.
Seems to tighten up a little bit. I honestly, it would have been great earlier if they would have had a deuce 7 game going too. I mean, at a table like this with these players, and the only guy I ever saw getting deuce 7 was like Anthony. I swear to God, Anthony was like the only guy who got like 3 times. Anthony would have crushed that game.
Yeah, this game with this lineup and these players, I mean, playing a prop game like that, like.
But what do you gotta do? You gotta do like 25 a player or something, right? I mean, it's gotta be
Yeah,
like
25 or 50 a player.
Yeah. Look at this. Is this a nice little family pot? 6 players? Good lord. Let's get funky. Ace, King, 6, total rainbow. Ace 8 is the best hand currently here. And the best hand's gonna go ahead. TD here is gonna fire out. Looks like a buck 05. 1 white, 1 red.
Our chat's the best. 3 diamonds on the turn. 80's still in the lead with a pair of aces.
The more asterisks I see in her chat, I'm like, oh, that looks fun. I just kind of feel it's a fill in the blank game for me. 6 players to a pot in a 10-25.
But I mean, what they don't factor in is like people can say, hey, I lost so much. You know, I didn't get
Brian finally decides to give up his kings.
TD taking it down.
my boys.
Takes that nice little $600 pot. Look at that, 5K, 5K, 5.6K, 5.8K. Strong.
I'm just an investor on But where's he at?
And we got Ant Doom now in the chat box. Anthony, who just got up from the game.
That is Anthony. That's Call Your Mother Anthony there in the chat box. That's Ant Doom hanging out.
But I think there's but I mean, there's good money.
Okay.
like a 60-month old. That's huge. One more. Yeah.
So we got AD on the button here. Not gonna participate. Passing over to Zach. He's hopping out. Brian's getting out of there. Oh, I lied. Brian's gonna look it up. Oh no, he did fold. Okay, yeah. I was like, I saw him up, but then I saw him like throw chips in there. I'm like, wait a sec.
And the game has changed here. The game has snugged up quite a bit.
But it was something ridiculous.
Yeah, no, way different than it was like an hour.
Yeah, in the earlier
ago.
part of the stream, these guys were splashing around a lot of chips now.
So my question was,
Well, TD got caught once,
But made a
and
hell of a comeback.
AD got TD got caught once, and AD got even.
Yeah, yeah,
So-
yeah. Yeah, Ant Doom, nice call, nice snap call with those aces, man. I mean, he obviously gave it up to you, but that was sweet. Always nice to have aces hold.
So now that we have you in the chat here, Anthony, we can ask you if he does up the previous street, if AD check raises the turn.
And ships it on the turn.
I'm still imagining that you're calling, but I don't think you're snap calling. Am I correct there?
It's a good question. I'm glad we get to ask the man himself here.
Yeah. TD makes it 75 to go, 4 tray off. Emmett's gonna call Ace-7 suited. 80's got King 10 in the cutoff. He comes along as well. Brian suited King in the small blind. KB's just here for the comments. And Sean, under the gun with Jack 9 of clubs,
I didn't hardly have a whole bunch of company.
comes along as well.
Boom, Jack 9-9, super
Good flop.
monster flop for Sean. Just the stone cold nutskis. I guess second nut if Jacks are hanging around, but let's face it, he's not going anywhere with this board. Anthony says, I was 99.9999% sure he has King Jack. I love it. So there was still like a 100 millionth of an ounce of doubt there, but other than that, I was that positive he had King Jack.
John Finn to doubt.
Yeah, straight up.
And Sean will show everyone the world.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Here you go. Yeah, guys, just a small boat. Small boat. Boat captain here. Anthony says he was pretty convinced he led the flop with a jack.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going anywhere. And with that paired board, I mean, you know, bring it. You got aces, you're just gonna like, how do I get paid here? How do I extract value? You know, it's funny. Anthony says he didn't expect a shove on that hand. I don't think TD, or no, I'm sorry. I don't think AD expected to shove. I think he's just decided on the river that, okay, let's just see if we can get away with this.
Let's just listen to a bluff.
I know.
Fire.
I don't even think AD expected to shove. So
Bunch of limpers so far.
so many limps, dude. TD just calling with fives. I'm like amazed right now. This game's really tight it up.
Zach won't stand for it.
Nope.
Zach's gonna open up the pot. Makes it 160 to go. Brian on the button will not call King 10. TD. Come on, brother man. You didn't limp fives to fold.
This would be a pretty tight fold for TD. I was like, I can't see him folding this. Nah, he's gonna get in there. Do a little set mining for
There we
TD
go.
here. Classic race, 2 overs versus a pair. Let's see what happens. Brick City for Zach. TD with the best of it right now. He's gonna check it over to Zach, who was the original aggressor. And Zach's gonna check it as well. I think that really opens up the door for TD to fire out. I mean,
At the same time, though,
Zach could have easily checked a queen for sure.
well, he also
I told Mike.
TD
Mike
kind of feel that he's gonna have the best hand here a high percentage of the time. So unless you really try to get value from big aces.
Okay, so Anthony's asking a question here. He's answering a question from earlier. So if he check raises the turn, it
plays differently.
It plays different, right? But based on his history with him, I'm calling, and I think that's what we've been talking about too, is where it all depends on history and the players and how much you play with them and their style of play. I mean, if maybe you have somebody like
check,
really super tight guy make that move, it's a totally different story.
Peter check raises.
I was literally thinking of Peter when I said that. If Peter check raises you, Anthony's like, well, crap. And TD's gonna take it down with the best.
That taco is one. Four ribs is one. That taco is 4 ribs. They're hella good. They'll never lead you in the wrong direction.
Looks like we got about 34,000 on the table now. Pretty solid. Trying to use those Common Core math skills that I still don't understand. They're like, if your friend has a candy bar, but then you loan him one and you get 2 back and whatever. I'm like,
yeah, so how many donuts does he get?
So how many donuts? And I'm just like, what? Are they sugar-free? Wait, what?
I give him 1 sugar-free Red Bull and a chapstick. Call it smooth.
Oh, man.
TD picks up jacks here.
TD 5s to jacks? Is TD on a little pair run right here? We're gonna find out.
TD made it 75 to go. And KB KB 3-bet the button.
Race to 90. Race to 90 by ace 6. Oh, we got a re-raise, I think?
Oh, there we go. Oh, so TD had straddled.
All right. Oh, re-raise to 355. No messing around. And now it's back on Sean. Literally notched by 1. Let's see what happens here. Sean's got a huge stack too. Really, he's got more than 3 times the chips of TD right here. 6K versus relatively 2K.
Oh.
Did you see Anthony? He was exactly what we were saying. He's like, yeah, I'm sick to my stomach if Peter and Tiny raised me there.
Yeah.
Super tight. He's like, damn it. Oh, and it looks like Sean's gonna make the call here. If this board fires all unders, we could see a little bit of
Jack 10-5. Jack 10-5.
Oh, don't do it. Stop begging for the car crash. I mean, I'm totally in, but like,
yeah.
stop doing it.
You're cold. I'm not cold.
Poker Pro, I don't think he said it. I never said it was a hard call.
I used to have my mouth.
And Mike R, he's still in this hand as well with the Ace Jack. Comes across with chips.
Octavia's like,
That's got to stay.
we're gonna find out here.
They're arguing, or not arguing, they're trying to figure out how much the raise was.
He's gonna make the call.
Not bad.
3-way.
All right, 825 in the pot going to the flop. Oh, 995. Wicked flop for 10s and jacks. I mean, they're both like, sweet, I got this one. No shame in this game. TD's gonna fire out, was it 4 and some change?
And Sean should be doing nothing here but calling.
And he won't even do that. Great fold by Sean.
Some could say that.
Well, some could, and I'll be part of the some, but I think that Sean might have just been, honestly, he might have known that his 10s were no good and might have just been set mining at that point, you know what I mean?
He's got to know that TD is only 3-betting jacks plus.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I know you have something like ace king. Oh, small bunker.
He's like, really? Ace king? He's like, even if he had ace king, he's still got, you know, 6 outs to hit.
I think he's lying. You have something like
I agree, JHM Dallas. Even though we can see the cards, we know that Sean was beat by TD there. Long run, I think you're folding the best hand too many times.
Well, okay, and now here's the deal too, and this is where I can start to side with you on that, is if he thinks that 10s are good pre-flop, then that flop changes nothing, right? And so if he didn't think they were good pre-flop, you know, then why'd you call in the first place?
And like I said, he's just like he's pointing out, he's just calling to set mine, but like in a 3-bet pot, and he's
Exactly, and that's JHM just said the exact same thing I said. I mean, it's you know, it's the same thing, right?
Yeah,
because that flop literally did not change your hand. If you already put him on a pair higher than your 10s, and then you're calling an absorbent amount of money to set mine. That's all you're doing.
Now mine, I mean, they were deep enough to set mine, but I don't think that's what Sean was doing. I think Sean called, like you said, because maybe he thought he was good, but. And like long run, I think that's not the best fold. And then it's TD. I mean, TD's not a maniac, but TD plays a lot of hands, and he's not just 3-betting jacks.
No, I totally agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that. I mean, his range is huge there for sure.
We got board 995. It must be below 5.
AD. 6-4 off for AD, under the gun +1, and he's going to open. Appreciate the love, Eldar.
Was that love or was that a slap?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Drop.
But maybe I am finally doing it as well.
It's tough love, dude. It's
Tough love. Gotta get tough love.
It's tough love.
Love all love.
It's like, why you got a black
And we
eye?
love it.
Why you got a black eye? Tough love. Just tough love, baby. It's tough love.
No way. The last time, did a couple times.
It almost looks like Brian might be playing some online poker on his phone while he's hitting. He's like, oh, I'm actually playing an Omaha game too while I'm hanging out.
Play chips for heaps.
Yeah.
Right. I woke up with queens, he woke up with kings. Now
Oh, Sean hopping in here with a
That was
6.
sick though. That was.
Brian made it 100 with deuces. Sean's gonna flat the 100. TD over here. Oh, he loves the button. TD is literally just raising the button. He does not even care what he has here. He's gonna make it 500 bucks even. Solid.
J27 True OD, he questions whether or not it was a questionable fold by Sean in the previous hand. He's asking specifically about the player, and I think we kind of let it at
His range is huge. It could be anything.
Yeah, I mean, TD, as you see here, TD's now putting in a 3-bet to 500 with 6-7 off. So
The exact same player we were just talking about, right? So there you go.
this hand might answer your question.
Yeah, 1.6K going to the flop.
6
And ladies and gentlemen, that answers your question right there. TD has the range.
So here's your, like I said, if you can't ever think that TD's only got jacks plus in his 3-betting range, because he has 6-7 off in his 3-betting range. So like I said, folding 10s on the 995 is a little on the snug side. And TD's again, how does no one have an ace there? How does no one have an ace?
I know, TD's like, please, come on. One of you guys has to have an ace.
He said, please don't flop.
I love it. don't know if you guys could hear it, but I think TD said, Al asked, someone asked what he had, and TD said 6'7", and they all started laughing, like, yeah, sure you did, brother.
I love it. See, that's what I mean. His reputation precedes him.
JHM Dallas, and that's exactly it right there. TD's very capable of pressuring his opponents, especially if he thinks that they have an active fold button. And like I said, I think folding 10 is just a little too snug. I mean, if you want to be results oriented though, I mean, he was beaten. TD did have jacks there, so maybe Sean just reads souls.
And you love being results oriented.
Yeah, you know how much I love being.
You love results oriented.
Yeah, that's just it.
So the other day when I did commentary with Veronica, she's like dying in the booth at some of this play, and I just think of you, like same thing. You're just getting so angry, like God, how do you make that play, or how do you not call there, how do you raise there? You know, it's just like God.
Barrels.
God, you make me so angry inside. I'm gonna have to come like sit you down and have like a father-child talk after this game.
So Zach puts in the $50 straddle, and Brian immediately first act makes it 150 to go. Ace 7. Mike R just calls Ace King. He's gonna bring Zach in. Zach calls with his deuces, and now Brian's priced in as well. Oh no, I'm sorry, Brian had opened originally.
Boom, 10, 8, 4, 2 clubs, nut flush draw for Brian here. Brian way ahead. 6 and in the quarter of the pot. Brian's definitely gonna fire here. Maybe disguise his clubs a little bit in case they want to get there. Let's see what happens.
Just backing up pre-flop action.
Yeah, catching up on the action tracker here.
Oh, Peter's in the hand as well with King Queen, that's why.
Peter's not in the hand anymore.
That's very true, J27, referring to the other hand. If Sean had not won that monster pot earlier versus Mike R, he might call the tip with 10s there.
Oh, absolutely. No,
Players when they're winning, they play differently. They tend to play a lot more snug. And
well, you just chipped up. You're not eager to just like give them all away right now. You're like, hey, I just got these. Let me just dump them all next hand. You know.
And like the part of, and he knows he's gonna have to call several streets there because, like I said, it's TD. He's not gonna let you just get off light there.
No.
Like no. Hey, you want to call me down?
No, it's yeah. The turn bet there is huge.
Here's 3 streets of value and prove it.
Assuming no overpeels off, that turn bet's only gonna get bigger by a mile. TD's not slowing down right there in any way, shape, or form.
It's a very good point. If Sean was stuck, Sean's much less inclined to fold 10s there.
Did anyone object to the straddle?
That's the part of, when you're playing these games, that sometimes can be the hard part when you're coming to a game late, is you might not know who's up, who's stuck, who's
Yeah.
And
there's
so
a lot of those metrics that you have to kind of figure out over time. You know.
You might see someone with a big stack of chips and assume, okay, well they're up, so they're probably gonna play a little bit tighter. And in reality, they might be stuck their whole stack and then some.
And considering Anthony was there from the beginning, got Anthony in the chat room saying, Sean's not going to give it back. Sean's going to go home paid. I mean, and that is just coming from a player who plays with Sean regularly, who was there the whole time, so there you go, there you have it. Horse's mouth.
I'm with Elgar.
What is the hit?
Play to win. But put his man. I wasn't surprised to see shirt.
Yeah, right.
I didn't. I mean, obviously, I made it clear when I didn't like the play, but KB's sporting shades. He's on camera. Why not get a little Hollywooded up?
Well, you know what? He hasn't really been doing much, so he's mixing it up. He took off the headphones. He added the glasses, so minus headphones plus glasses, and now here comes that EV.
There we want it. That's the worst.
TD's getting out of there with that 10 deuce. Peter over here with 8-6 off.
So Brian has a $50 straddle. Sean limps sevens. Mike R comes along. Queen 6 of diamonds with sevens. There's a lot of free money out there. If I'm AD here and I wake up with 10s, I'm probably putting in a pretty sizable raise here.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a raise coming. What we got here? A couple hundred? 200
Two
even.
bills. Brian, 9-5 of clubs.
Brian's like 2 unders. Bring it.
Prices in Sean.
Yeah.
Mike R come along as well, and there we go. There's Mike R's a little stuck a little bit.
And you guys will see this a lot too. When you got players, even if they don't have the best hand here, once you're getting value and you have so many callers behind you, you're forced to call. You almost have to make the call. Pot's at 1,000 right now. It was 150 to get into it.
Eldar knows me too well. Ace King 3, and Mike R has flopped himself a Queen Eye Diamond draw. No one's got an ace. AD can't love that flop. As is, it checks all the way to him. Rick and Barstow, you leave Eldar alone.
See me at you.
Mike bets 400 into AD.
400.
AD calls.
I was checking it back to Mike R.
Oh, AD was in small blind.
Oh, yeah, Mike R is going to check behind.
Check
and
call.
he gets it. Gets there.
Disco.
Disco diamonds. Now, this is going to be the wrong time for AD to fire out here and try to represent. I don't think he'd be representing diamonds, but both players would have played diamonds the same way, essentially, with the checks.
And he bets 6 into Mike R.
Oh, the good old recheck the cards move. Do I really have 5 diamonds? I think Mike R here is literally just thinking about how do I extract maximum value here, but AD doesn't really have a hand strong enough.
Eldar, you leave Rick and Barstow alone. Play nice with your brother.
Huh. What I'd say, sharing is caring. Share the toys.
Share the toys.
All right, so it looks like we're going up here, obviously. Let's see what the raise is to. 1.6K. Huge raise. I really can't see AD calling this here, but then again, he's shipped it on us before, so you never know.
Mike's really hoping that AD made 2 pairs somehow along the way.
Yeah, I think Mike obviously is thinking that AD is way stronger than he is, because there's no value here for AD.
Rick and Barstow, you better not have left us.
And AD folds.
AD gets away.
You got Bear the monster there in the box. Waking up with ace queen. It's always nice when you wake up with a back-to-back hand, right? You're like, I haven't even stacked the chips for my last pot, so let's just fire in a raise and see what happens. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
That is 200.
Make it 2 flat even. And easy money, the rich get richer. You raise it, you win it, you're good. Mike R is just on fire. Looks like he's going to pump it up a little bit here. Oh no, Mike R is just going to make the call. GD's out of there, Peter's out of there, Emmett's gone. Over to AD.
There's Rick and Barstow.
I like having 2 first names, so I can go by anything. Doesn't really matter. Look at that Mike R. He just can't. He's playing the rush, man. He's like, oh yeah, sure, I'll get in there for 2. The race to 230, I'm in. Oh, play the rush indeed. 445. What a beast.
Oh wow.
The tank. The tank, man. When you run good, you run good.
Emmett's got an inside straight draw. And no showdown value. He's definitely going to be betting.
Oh yeah. Now, unfortunately, the only draw that's out there to even call him along would be Emmett, and that would beat him if a 6 peeled off. He would make the straight. So, let's see where this goes. I think Mike R is really just in his head thinking, like, did I really just flop that? Am I really running that good right now?
320 from Emmett.
Huge. So, pot's already at 1.1. He does the check back. That's a bit of a scare card, not really gonna help anybody, obviously.
But it's another card that Emmett might represent here.
Yeah. Oh, it sure is. Look at that. It's gonna fire out here.
And now Mike R goes for the check raise.
Yep.
He's hoping that ace has smacked Emmett, and now he can get some value out of
So
him.
he literally tripled it. So Emmett fired out 500 on the continuation bet here, and Mike's gonna triple it up to 1.5K.
And Emmett cannot call.
Yeah, there's no way. I'm just sitting there looking at his hand. I'm like, is he gonna show one? Is he gonna show? Is he gonna show both? Is he gonna show one?
Show the king.
I know. If he did show one, something tells me it's never gonna be the 4. It's never gonna be the 4 right there. He called the huge pre-flop raise. He's never showing you a 4 there. Nice, some first times a watcher. Shout out to Brandon and Faye for catching in and tuning into the stream. It's a fun game, man. I mean, at 10:25, we started out, we've tightened it up a little bit, but all in all, man, plenty of action, lots of good cash on the table. Way cool.
It's getting a little bit spry again now.
Yeah, no, it could.
The deck's working with us a little bit.
Yeah.
Mike R's getting a little bit back after he lost that big pot to Sean. It's a $50 straddle. So Mike straddles 50, and TD makes it 175 to go with queens. AD's got an AD hand, but he can't play it.
He's got an AD hand, but he can't be part of it.
Now Sean with the 5s here. Wow. And there we see exactly what was being alluded to earlier in the chat, that Sean's up. He's playing lockdown poker.
Yeah, lockdown poker, right?
And he can't even find it.
Oh, look at that. Of course you have queens, so it puts ace-king on the flop. Like clockwork, every freaking time right here. But you do have the queen of diamonds, though.
And AD's gonna bet it. Interesting.
Mike R here.
250.
Mike R here has been running hot, especially with his 4s, but yeah, not right here. Not anymore. See, and Anthony says again, I told you, he's going home paid. Sean's chips are super glued to this table right now. They are not moving. He went out, he got some Gorilla Glue, he got some super glue, and he just poured it all over those chips.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, not
he's,
going
he's,
anywhere.
he's a clock clown right now. He's just buying time.
Literally buy for $9 every 30 minutes. He's buying time. he's literally paying for it, guys. That's his rate. I tell you how much he's paying.
At that, paying the drop, like, what we just
no, he's just hanging out. He's hanging out.
My players are a bit frigid. My players are frigid. Oh, yes.
Yeah. The chat box knows. They know what's up.
They know. These guys are no sloughs. That's actually, so we have a lot of really great players, obviously, who watch the stream and who are in the chat box, and that's why I'm looking forward to that Veronica friend, like the Twitch chatters game, right? Coming up. I'm like, oh, all the guys who always talk all this smack in the chat box, now you're gonna be out there, and we get to watch and enjoy. I can't wait. They all have to go by their names too. Like those are the names on the screen. They all have to go with, so we know. Like,
I like Cali
that's
Dongs,
Gay Corpse.
Gay
That's I
Corpse.
like Cali Dongs.
Yeah.
Don't try to go by your real name. That's no fun. You're not fooling anyone.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Yes, Fight Club all day. I almost wore my I Speak Fluent movie quote shirt instead, but we decided to mix it up. Top pair for Mike, top pair for AD. Mike slightly outkicked with the edge here.
Everyone made a pair.
Everybody.
Mike R is gonna bet the King Jack. TD doesn't like folding. He's gonna go ahead and get away from it anyway.
Now TD and AD are both like clearly the fearless. I play any 2 cards. Of the
Oh,
field
and
guys.
80 buries a 10 on the turn.
Dink.
Now we've seen how light 80's willing to call down at times. So oftentimes here, I mean, a lot of players would check this card here on the turn. Mike's going for value. He thinks 80 can call down here with just a 6. KB called the flop with just a deuce.
All in 2.7K. AD is getting it in there. Oh,
no,
it's a raise to 500. Raise to 500.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
I was like, wow, that was a little bit overbet, but we'll take it.
Only 300 more for Mike to call. And Mike R hates it.
I know he hates it, right? He's just like, ugh.
He's so mentally unbalanced right now. He's like, I have a good card.
Well, and the raise to 500 too almost screams. Right? It's just time and a half, right? You're just screaming to get the call here. So is this the rotation? All the dealers basically move from there right in front of here so they can just taunt us as we're literally watching them on the live stream? Bear making it happen.
What happened now?
It's a pretty snug fold.
Yeah.
Probably, I just pointed out that sizing from 80. Might have told Mike what's up.
Oh, for sure.
And Peter's got the $50 straddle on. So we're back to straddling. I like it.
Good. Action. Whenever I start to straddle at a table, you know, I've got to that nobody's doing it. I always say that it helps the shit hit the fan. Even if I'm not in it, it's just like, it escalates action quickly. TD waking up with jacks. Nobody will see that coming. Not his first time tonight with jacks either.
And here we go. KB hasn't played a hand yet, for the most part.
And he picks this spot to raise it to 250. Dang it. Oops. Oh, his TD's gonna flat. And you know what? That is impressive. And I mean, he's either being tricky with it, or he's like, KB literally has not played a hand until now.
KB has not played a hand.
You know what I mean? So he could be going, oh god, great flop for KB too. We could see some fireworks here. Jacks are still a strong overpair to the board, but KB flops a pair with a straight draw.
It's a lot of equity.
Yeah, no player has any spades.
Not anything but a call here would really surprise me. Deuce misses.
Yeah, no help really. And I think both players know that obviously the turn that doesn't change anything there.
KB's gonna check back.
Gets the free card. Oh, and misses it. Pots at 1.2. First action on TD. Checks.
Now KB's got a feel here.
Yeah,
oh, KB's gonna check back.
yeah.
That actually surprises me.
Do you think KB was going to make a stab at the pot? Or
Yeah,
or do you think he actually could have thought that value bet that he was 7 might have been good there?
I mean, 7's only good if TD's got something like spades. He loses to all the 7s, all the better 7s.
Well, that's the thing. It's one of those scenarios where you're only getting called by a better hand, right? You know?
Well, but when the king comes off, you might be able to get, you know, a hand like 8s, 9s, something like that would have stuck around and played that hand the exact same way. You might get 8s or 9s to lay down there when the king comes on the river.
Yeah.
Because KB would have played ace king, or even king queen maybe the same way. Would have opened up from the cutoff, probably made a c-bet with no continuation or with no showdown value on the flop. Check, maybe check back turn, and then go for some value on river. Yeah, no, I agree. I would agree with
J27.
Yeah, no, I think KB definitely wins more when he bets that river.
So I agree with you, especially because KB has been playing really tight, and that's like literally the first pot we've seen him in. He could have easily rep ace king there, but with that being said, TD is the type of player who does not like to fold.
Yeah.
And I really don't think, I think TD still looks him up. I think he just cringe calls and smiles when it's good. I don't know if he actually folds or even if he tries to rep the ace king. I don't know if he can blow TD off jacks though.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Eldar, I think the graphic shows TD's got 4.7 there, but I actually think he's a little bit deeper. I think he's over 5. I think he's well over 5. I think he's got over 4K just in white chips there, I believe. Okay, yeah, he's got 55, maybe 6.
Stacking those stacks nice and tall too. Once they get above your chin, they get a little wobbly.
Tony DSG, this is Sacramento, California, just outside Sac.
And AD waking up with some queens here. He's gonna make it 100. It's funny, I feel like a lot of these stronger hands are smaller raises than like the weaker hands. Like if I have 5 high, I'm making it 200 to go or something, right?
Yeah.
But if I have queens, it's just a modest 100. Get down in there, you know, 4 bigs.
So KB now, he's starting to play some hands. He opened up, made it 100 to go. AD put in a 3-bet to 300, and KB makes a quick call. Peter called ace-4 off as well. He made a 4 here.
KB makes top pair with a 7. AD still way ahead with queens. Pots at almost 1,000. Let's see what kind of sizing AD comes up with right here. What is that, 3 1/4 so far, possibly? Oh, maybe even more, maybe like 400, something like that.
375 from AD. Action on KB.
Deja vu.
KB's cutting out arrays. Wow. KB's repping the set here.
If a 5 or 6 peels off, this hand could get slightly more interesting for sure. Maybe even like a 3.
And 80 immediately ships it.
Oh wow.
How about some of
Oops.
that?
Oops.
And now look at KB. How much does KB even have behind?
I don't know. It only looks like a few. No, obviously it's a couple stacks of red, but I think he's got a little stack of white there. Yeah.
No,
so
he does got a. Okay.
Yeah. And Doom knew it, dude. AD about to hit the gas on his raise.
80 doesn't mess around
He's like,
here.
Bring it.
If you flop the set, good for you. Here's what I got. Now the problem is for KB. If 80 only has diamonds here, he's definitely getting the right price for a call. If he's got an overpair, he's not.
He's got like 1.4K ish.
2014. Yeah, he's got about 1,400.
You said call? Oh no. Just kidding. It's just me getting all excited. Everybody relax.
I think he did call. Did he call? No. He has not called yet. And so now
I
you're
love the
KB's
table
in.
talk.
You have a
I love
flush
the
draw.
table talk.
You gotta have a flush draw, right?
I like Anthony being in the chat since he actually played at this game literally within the last few hours. Like, you get the inside info. He's like, look, this is what I'm thinking. Oh,
There
he
it
does.
is.
He makes
Wow.
the call. He
KB
makes the
calls
call.
off.
Let's see the turn.
Once or
the turn,
twice.
The turn could open some odds. Oh, that's not going to help. He's in trouble. 5 or 7, only outs. Bricks it.
Deuce is clean.
Queen's good. And AD
Queen.
gets rich.
And mind you, this game started with AD check raise jamming river,
Yeah.
turning his pair jacks into a bluff, and getting him stuck 2K immediately.
Yeah. I love the chat. He can't call. He called. I love it. Let me in this game. Oh my God.
Eldar,
Let me in
we're-
this game.
It's a hop, skip, and a jump up the freeway, brother.
I know. Look at that. AD, huge stack now at about 7,000.
And like, just like that, the man went from being stuck 2K to up 3K.
Yeah. That's poker, baby.
You know, sometimes you just gotta grind the game out. You know.
You do, man. And at the end of the day, I mean, you can make mistakes, bad beats happen, but you really just have to focus and keep playing your game. And nobody can say he's not playing his game for sure.
J27. So true.
And again, right there, that's a prime example of where being the loosey-goosey, super open range player gets you paid.
Yep.
I mean, I think if other players make that move, they don't get called with a pair, 7 high board with a pair of 7s, right?
Yeah.
But you're calling him. There's
Yeah.
no way he has queens. He doesn't even have 8s.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that's not true.
The hard part for KB there was even if you know that 80's got just a flush draw, or you feel like he's got a flush draw, not likely he's got 2 overs and a flush draw, which makes him a favorite to win the hand. At that, with your pair of 7s and backdoor inside straight draws, you're still
behind almost.
He is behind,
Yeah.
but you're getting up close to the right price to call there.
deep breaths. You're like,
I
don't know.
It's almost the right price to call. Actually, you are getting the right price to call. If he's got 2 overs and a flush draw, even though he's favored there, you're getting the right price to call.
Let's see, even Anthony says, right, AD's capable of a 6K upswing in like 20 minutes, right? Because he's not afraid. He'll ship it on you. He'll ship it on you whether he's got the nuts, ship it on you with a bluff. He doesn't care.
Some of my best sessions I've ever had have come out from me getting stuck 2 or 3 blinds.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you're like, this is not happening. This is not happening. And then here's the best part, right? Is that you come back from that and you're racking out huge, and everybody's like, "Wow, congratulations!" You're like, "I paid for every chip in this rack."
80 just filled a gutter for a straight.
Monster, no clubs for anybody.
80 fears not the clubs.
Bang Biscuit says he's moving up in stakes tomorrow. I like that. It's good. It's something. Hey guys, I'm ready to step into the next level. I'm ready. So he's moving up to the 2-5 game for the first time tomorrow in Tampa. Any tips on what to expect? Any tips on how to handle it or what to do? Personally,
There's a really great book. So if you like to read your poker material, Ed Miller's The Course on Poker specifically breaks down some of the more common stuff you see across the smaller stakes games, and talks about things you need to change in your game, moving from like 1-2 and 1-3 to 2-5 and then eventually 5-10. It's a good book. I suggest you pick it up if you're making that change. Check it out. Ed Miller, The Course.
Sweet.
Amazon.
Aggro players, more aggro. Anthony's chiming in. When in doubt, push all in. Zip Andrew, I don't know what to do, just shove it. Ship it. Yeah, I like Old Sport here. Pick your spots, trust your gut. When you're moving up into higher limit games that you may not be all that familiar with, it's okay to sit there. First off, sit there and get a feel for the table. Don't feel like you just need to start going crazy right off the bat. I think you have to really just continue to stick to your game too. Whatever was working for you at the limit before, stick with that. And don't be afraid of the money too. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you almost have to have they're just chips mentality. You can't play scared money.
Think of things in terms of big blinds.
Of bets, total bets. Yeah, if you're not, you can't play scared money. Obviously, if you're moving up, you have a decent bankroll now to play at that level. So you shouldn't ever be playing scared money because that will really screw your world up.
Yeah. Emmett, we haven't heard from him in a while. He bets his inside straight draw. And 80 snaps with ace jack.
Boom, ace for 80. Wee, right there. Dunskies. Emmett's gonna need that gutter ball 5 right there.
$400. And Emmett will correctly get away.
Taking it down. The rich get richer. AD is just pumping the chips. That should put him well over 7 now, I think. Oh, 7.9.
Look at that. Look at that.
Crushing it.
Up nearly 4K.
Oops. Did I do that? Oops.
Oops. Oops, I crushed.
Yeah.
They will come out.
10:25 game going strong here at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Oh shit! Live hand. This will be the last.
Copy that, Bob.
All right, guys, we're coming in the last hand here, so I would expect nothing less than Mike R to pick up ace king suited, like we're seeing.
Barrels.
Barrels, so many barrels.
Sean.
Nah. Hey, Gert.
Sean makes it 100 to go, and Mike immediately behind him with the ace king makes it 3 bills.
Like without hesitation. Like
Now-
just, I'm in.
Emmett.
His classic pocket pair magnet picks up some 5s.
And he will not play his ace 7.
Oh, please.
And Sean's got super glue on his chips. Ooh, oh, but did he find some adhesive remover? Maybe? Maybe. I don't think he did. I don't think he found adhesive remover.
Right?
Nope, he did not. Still glued. Still
Heads
glued
up.
down. Last is a jack. Nobody really cares about that. 735 in the flop. Boom. 8, queen, 4, 2 spades. No spades for anybody. Emmett's still ahead here with 5s. But Mike R being the original aggressor is definitely a continuation bet out here. Looks like 300? 400? What's he doing? 400.
4 1/4. 4. 375.
I'm thinking 375. Oh, 4. We're off. Because I keep double checking myself.
I brought my glasses to wear tonight too.
I know. Where's the magnifying glass?
And Emmett makes a quick
Makes the
call.
call. No fear. This is starting to, improve Mike R's hand a little bit. Now he picks up a gut shot straight draw with it, although he did see the jack already flipped over. It's funny because there was a possible flush draw out there, and Sean would have had jack, whatever, spades.
Yeah, Sean would actually be a monster right now.
Yeah, gut shot. And this would be exactly what he had before. The flush draw and a gut shot.
Yep.
And he would have nailed it. Boom. He definitely would have nailed it. Mike R.
Mike gets there.
Sean would have got paid all day here. That is woulda, shoulda, coulda poker. Pot's sitting about 1.5K.
Wow. And Mike checked it over to Emmett.
Oh, and Emmett's gonna hang some rope here. But that does complete the spade draw too. I think this might just be a check. What do you think? A check call for Mike?
It's a big bet.
750 is literally exactly half the pot. Thanks, Woman Rider. Thanks for tuning in.
It's gonna be hard to put Emmett on King Jack here, and I think it's a good call by Mike.
Great call. Pumps the pot to about $3 grand, and Mike's gonna take it down.
And Emmett is there's no time Hollywooding. Immediately shows the fives.
Yeah.
Good call, Mike R.
Yeah, great, man.
And at that, I think want to say Mike R is about even, if not maybe even a small winner, even after that disaster pot he had with Sean.
Yeah. Boom. So AD tonight, crushing it, literally bluffing off 2K to Anthony, and then coming back and cashing what, 7-8 grand? Monster.
Yeah. I admire the play. I love that he's got the stones to turn top pair, a hand that so many players will take, and then, oh yeah, someone showed him value, I just gonna call, and he knows it's not good, and he's at least got the stones to go for it.
Yeah.
And rip it. I thought maybe if it was gonna work, it might have worked better if you did it on an earlier street, but as it was, he grinded back.
Yeah, he's solidly grinded back.
A solid 4K profit for the night.
And I mean, this is a strong game, over 30 grand on the table, so there's always going to be some fun, but you have a nice mix of players. You got a couple really kind of tight rocks, you got a couple loosey-goosey guys who aren't afraid to splash around, you got guys who just constantly get pocket pairs all the time because they bought the magnet off eBay, so, you know, good times, man.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. That's our stream for tonight, guys. This Wednesday, today's Wednesday, isn't it?
Today's Wednesday, so this Saturday, Stone Survivor Series is going to be one of the last ones. Guaranteed action. It's a limit game, but I think it's going to be one of the more fun limit games you've seen, that's for sure.
Awesome. A lot of fun. Thanks to Bob, Kenny, Andrew and all the boys, JFK Stones TD, and good night, guys.
All the time. Night, guys.